Welcome to the Gangcast, aka the Games and Not Games podcast. I'm Jan Garcia, and joining me as always is Isaiah Smith.
Hello, and welcome from the North Pole.
Who that boy? He's got on Santa. What is good, everyone? This week we are going to be talking about TGA results, thoughts, and our game resolutions for the games section of the show. And for the not game section of the show, we will be going over our end of year to-do list. To-do wish list, really, I think, is more realistic.
Definitely a lot of wishing.
And some of that might include games, but like I'm counting it as not games, and just be cool about that. Thanks. Before we get started, Isaiah.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you want to? This is also not a leading question, audience. We don't have an interesting announcement, but any shares, any tone settings you want to throw out there into the ether in your Santa hat?
No, just felt festive. Wishing folks happy holidays, happy new year. I know this is our
penultimate
episode of the year. We still will have the Gangcast awards episode after this.
You mean the gang of the year?
Including the gang of the year. Yeah, that'll be I think the next episode, but this will be the last normal episode of the year before we take our holiday break. So
it's funny because arguably Gangcast / Gang of the Year is like the most all-encompassing thing I do. And yet it's the thing I feel like I prepare for the least. I'm just like gonna go into the bucket of what did I watch this year. I'm actually surprised that we'll obviously, on our own kind of look at stuff, talk about it, and then bring it to the show. But I'm almost surprised by how little I feel like I consume outside of games in any given year.
I don't feel that at all.
Really? Maybe it's because you're on that One Piece and you just,
I watch a good amount of TV. I watch a good amount of movies, a good amount of anime.
When are you watching TV in secret? What's going on? I go to sleep and you're just
no, but when I'm not always scrolling TikTok when I'm eating lunch. Sometimes I throw a TV show on.
Damn.
And watch some stuff there.
So you're pretending to absorb higher caliber brain rot than me.
Yeah, you're drinking that low grade brain rot over there.
I'm the one that's carrying our TikTok
This is a fine wine brain rot area over here, all right?
Yeah, how sad is it that like a TV show is now like fancy media? It's like, oh, you're watching shows? I'm like going through 90-second thoughts
between your things. Oh, man,
90-second thoughts that people have. Some of those thoughts are really good, but and some of them are only 90 seconds. But
sometimes they're whack thoughts spread over 4-hour clips.
Yeah. Sometimes the shows are bad, so we don't talk about that enough. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get into this week's episode. Starting with our TGA results. Last week we did a big predictions episode. I think that was last week. I don't know if it was 2 weeks ago.
It was last
episode.
Yeah.
So let's go over how that went. Sort of rapid fiery. Starting from the big one, Game of the Year. Claire got it. I guess if you could somehow keep track of maybe what we got right and wrong. I don't know how hard that might be for like who wins or whatever. We'll figure that out.
Are we doing just based on predictions?
Yeah, predictions. Okay. I'll shout out if we like chose something different, but okay.
Cool.
So Claire Obscure, we both said that it would win, and it was also our pick for Game of the Year. Boom.
Mm-hmm.
Best art direction went to Claire Obscure. That was my prediction, though my pick was Silksong. Isaiah's prediction was Ghost of Yote, and his pick was also Silksong.
Mm-hmm.
Best audio design went to Battlefield 6. We both picked that it would be Expedition 33, but our prediction was split. I was predicting Death Stranding 2 on the beach, and you were predicting Silent Hill F.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, I really thought that horror game was gonna.
Yeah, it's like often this category goes to horror, or it goes. Shooter is also like probably right there with horror, so I probably should have
atmospheric, positional audio.
Yeah,
and stuff like that.
I probably should have gone with. Honestly, your prediction is better than mine. But I don't know, Kojima. I'm sure Kojima's in there crunching away bones and stuff, and the sound design. Anyway. Best game direction, it went to Claire Obscure. That was both our pick and our prediction, so we're tied on that. Best multiplayer went to Arc Raiders. We had both predicted that it would be Peak, and we both picked Split Fiction.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like, when did Arc Raiders come out? Because I feel like I didn't start hearing about Arc Raiders hype until like kind of recently. Yeah, it came out end of October. So I was just sort of, I know like that voting happens. Well, obviously voting happens after the nominations, but like, I get that it was on the table, but I didn't realize that people felt so passionately like right away. Like I know that people felt passionately, but I thought maybe it would have to marinate longer. That
Yeah.
was like almost too soon to feel like that high for arc raiders, but there it is. Best narrative went to Clair Obscur. That was both of our picks and predictions. Best performance went to Clair Obscur, specifically Jennifer English. That was your prediction and my pick, but my prediction was that it would go to Ben Starr, and your pick was Erika Ishii, who got a lot of camera time during the Game Awards. Rightfully so. I thought she had a really stylish look going on there, and they had the popcorn bucket going on, so I thought that was fun. Okay, best score in music went to Clair Obscur. That was both your pick and prediction. It was my prediction, but my pick was Silk Song, which honestly, I don't even remember why I picked Silk Song because I really heard the music. I think I just wanted to pick something. I said, F it.
You just wanted to be different.
Though honestly, you know what? Now that I've been playing more, and I'm not saying it's like literally better because I would have to sit with the score of Silk Song. I skipped the score of Silk Song. The Ghost of Yotai music has been really like good.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've been really enjoying it. I feel like it's got some. I'm not saying that it's better than Silk Song's music. I really have to listen to it, but it really started to impress me in ways that I'm like, okay, they're kind of like, you know, it's leaning into a lot of real historical elements.
Sure.
So I feel like they're bringing in like really good instrumentation and like they got some nice little like motifs and themes. So we'll see how that keeps going. That brings us to Best Action, which went to Hades 2. That was both of your pick and prediction. It was my prediction, but my pick was Shinobi Art of Vengeance for the culture. And by the culture, I mean people have been telling me to play that game and I haven't yet. Best Action Adventure game went to Hollow Knight Silk Song, which we both picked and predicted.
Yep.
It's starting to get towards the bottom of the list. We got Best Family Game. That went to Donkey Kong Bonanza. It was your prediction. My pick and prediction was Mario Kart World, and then your pick was Split Fiction.
Yeah.
Best Independent Game, Clair Obscur. That was both of mine. It was your pick, but your prediction was Silk Song, thinking that people were going to shake it up.
Okay. Yeah.
And then Best RPG, we got Clair Obscur was the winner. Both of us picked and predicted it. We have Best Sports/Racing Game. Your prediction was correct. It was Mario Kart World. My pick and prediction was Rematch, and that was your personal pick. We got Debut Indie, went to Clair Obscur. We both picked and predicted that. Games for Impact went to South of Midnight. Kind of an upset amongst our predictions because my pick and prediction was Despelote, and so was yours. Which I feel like you just copied me on that. Looking back, you don't know anything about Despelote, though. You played the demo. Yeah, you previewed it. Now I know you're really in games media, Isaiah, because you didn't play the game, but you did preview it. So you're kind of like, I feel like I can talk about it.
Yeah, I know enough of it.
You kick the ball. The kid grows up. Anyway, it's a good game. And then finally, most anticipated game went to GTA 6. That was my pick and prediction. It was your prediction, but your pick. What you're most excited about from that list is Marvel's Wolverine. And that is all the stuff that we felt like we had somewhat of an authority to talk on, which even there, a little mixed in spots. But we skipped things like, best esports, a couple of genres that like mobile and VR where we just really don't have too much to say. Though I would have guessed the Uma Musume. But anyway, what is the tally, Isaiah?
The tally. Not gonna lie, at the end there, I did maybe flub up a little bit.
Okay.
But if my calculations are correct, I win.
Okay. That's a little dicey.
I believe it is you had 11 right and I had 12. As far as only predictions.
Okay. We might have to go back to the tape on that one. Just because at one point,
I think it's literally like
You're probably right. I think you did get a couple over me.
Yeah.
But
I think at worst we tied. At best, I won by 1 point.
I don't know.
It's just it's
well, you know what? That's on me as the host for not calculating this beforehand.
Exactly. I like.
But
to think that.
Because I took responsibility, that's an extra point for me. We're not tied. Okay, so that was the TGA results. We want to talk a little bit about the biggest announcements and our like highlights from the show or just general thoughts from the show. We can kind of go, we'll go back and forth until we can't anymore, maybe? Or how do you want to do this?
Yeah, you can just go top down and we'll
okay, cool.
jump back in.
First thing in mind to me, or for me, is Control, which I should grab the real name of what was it, Resonant? Control Resonant, which is going to be the sequel to Control. It is coming out next year. And that's all I need to know. I gotta be honest. They could have showed anything, and I would have stood and I would have clapped, and maybe that makes me a stan.
Yeah.
I am a stan. I love Control. I think it's a super fantastic video game. I think it's really fun to play. I love the weird little lore. I will say I am not a Remedy lore hound. I got to the end of that game and I said, okay, I know what happened, but how about you tell me? Just it was one of those kinds of things. Not that it had a wildly complex plot by any means, but there was a lot of like extra, layers if you want to dig into it. But I just really like the action in that game and also the trippy art house imagery of it. It's just really like funky and sort of unlike anything that I really see in games, speaking broadly, but it also had like some creature comforts that I liked from the mechanics. So like the gun changing into other guns. I know it's the same thing as just having different guns, but it feels different. It's like a little bit cooler.
Do you think they'll nail it with this, where you have like a sword that seems to change into different swords?
Yeah, because Melee, we'll see, and I know, and we can get into this a little bit now. I know you're not the biggest fan of Control. Melee can be tough to do right, but when you do it right, it feels so good. And I also think while it's tough to do right, you can kind of like get away with being a little wrong. So like an example for that is I think a great like a Melee mechanical moment for me in games comes from the game that you weirdly are kind of down for, Days Gone. I thought Days Gone had some pretty fun melee combat. Like it had a good crunch to it. And I think if you have different melee weapons, I could see them having like different feels, different weights, like different stuff. Like I think you can kind of, because melee I feel like has such like a power fantasy element, even more so than like shooting, like you're really just wailing on people. You can kind of get a little fun with it, a little arcadey with it. And I think they're going to do that. I think it's going to be awesome. So I was excited by that. We'll say the trailer itself, a little long in the tooth at parts.
There were a lot of trailers during this award show that were just like,
I was like,
we're like 45 seconds in and I have no idea what I'm watching.
Like they did like a nice setup of like, this is Control basically. And I'm like, oh cool, it's Control. And then they were like, yeah,
this is Control.
It's Control. And I said, okay, what else? And then at the very end, they're like, here's what's a little bit mechanically different. And I'm like, that's cool. Then they're like, we're done now. And I'm like, okay, could have been paced a little better. But that's mine. Before you give yours, what are your quick, for people that maybe haven't heard before or don't remember, where are you entering in with Control?
Yeah.
2?
So I played Control. I played Alan Wake 2. Both games, partway through, I said, you know what? I'm not having as enjoyable a time as I know I can. Let's just turn on these accessibility options.
Was it partway through? I feel like you did it with Control pretty immediately. Same with Alan Wake, which is not. It was a judgment, just a.
It was, I would say, partway through.
Okay, I felt like you were one-shotting everything in Alan Wake like immediately.
In Alan Wake, it was once I became Alan. Once I became Alan Wake, which is like chapter like 3 or 4.
I will say, Alan Wake 2. I think it's a good video game. I think it's got some mechanical problems.
Yeah, no,
being Alan sucks ass. Being Alan sucked ass in that game a little bit. Saga, totally chill. Maybe not, not Resident Evil level, but I was like, cool.
Just detective-y.
I was chilling with Saga. We were solving some puzzles and stuff. And there's some fun stuff that happens while you're Alan Wake. My beef is Alan Wake is made of paper. Like he goes down so quick. It's a lot of rerunning stuff if you don't knock it down the difficulty. So
yeah. And I was like, I just don't want to do this. So yeah. Control Resonant, I am totally down to play the game when it comes out. I was very on the fence about it. I decided I will play it because I do enjoy the stories that they give me in these Remedy games. Even if I don't follow them all the way, I enjoy the act of going through the story.
But now that's kind of giving like, I am ordering this, I'm not going to eat it, I just want to smell it. It's like, I don't know. It's more what's going on here?
I'm gonna play the game. I'm immediately putting on these accessibility options. I don't even want to pretend that I'm gonna give this game's combat a try. I'm not. I know I'm not. I don't think they have the sauce. I think Remedy is good at a lot of things. I don't think combat is one of them.
Yeah, and like that's the thing I want to point out to people, just so that it doesn't get twisted. This is not me hating on like people playing on easy mode. Do what you want to do. Do what you gotta do. But for you, I know it's not because you find it too hard. It's because you don't like it.
Yeah,
and that's why you put it on easy. So it's different.
Yeah.
Though in Alan Wake is actually like. I think Alan Wake's kind of hard on regular. All right, I'll see you there. Even though I don't. Why are you playing it though? Because are you really gonna like it though?
I want to see what they're doing with this world. I like
because you're like, I'm here for the story, but then you don't even like the story like that.
It's not that I don't like the story. I like the storytelling. Maybe that's a better way of putting it. You're right. I don't care necessarily. I don't understand the world of Control to like say that I like the story, but I do find it interesting that she been zooping up the building and she'll walk outside and then gravity's flipped on its side and everything like that. It's like, okay, cool. We're doing some interesting things.
So maybe you like
here.
the environmental design of the worlds.
Yeah, I mean, that's a part of it. Yeah.
Just men don't like Control. All right, let's move on.
And I like all the Saga stuff. All the Saga stuff is great.
What's weird is I can't even say that you're hate finishing because you don't even hate it. It's just that I've never seen someone play games from a studio that they are so like apathetic towards.
Yeah.
You're like, I don't really care what happens. Not what happens with the studio because obviously you don't want them to shut down. But you're like, what they could if they never made a game again, you would not care.
The video game beats, the moment beats are interesting and intriguing. I don't need the through line to be interesting and intriguing.
Someone in the comments translate for Isaiah here because I don't know what he. If you're like, and you know what? Honestly, if you are like Isaiah, I don't want to hear from you. Actually, I don't.
Then you really sound off in the comments.
I don't think we need. I understand what Isaiah's saying. Shut up. No, you don't.
I don't need to understand the game. It's like I don't know. I play shooters. I play God of War. I play Call of Duty for like years on end. It's like I don't care about an intriguing story. I don't need an intriguing story.
Yeah, but you're like fighting with your like you're like dropping in with the boys, right? That's like the vibe for Call of Duty.
No, the campaign.
Oh, you play the campaign?
When I used to play Call of Duty, yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like at that point, it's giving like, why'd you eat the gas station sushi? It came free with the fill up.
Popcorn, baby.
It's like there, but like this game is not. But
this game is just something to do to me, and I think that's your problem. That's your problem with me is that I think this game is just something to do, and you're like, no, it's art. It's so good, and I'm like, oh, it's fine.
It's not even that. I mean, I do think it's really good, but it's the fact that like I know you don't really think it's that good, but then you keep showing up, and it's like. What's crazy is like it's like showing up.
You got AMC A-list.
Yeah, it's honestly giving it. It's like, you're like, you know what? It's just there, but it's like
it's just there. Yes, that is it.
But there's other games you could be playing. It's not like anyway.
I mean, these games aren't long. They're 6 hours or something like that.
Nah. Anyway, you know what?
The way I play them. They're not that long.
All right. What are you interested in?
Also,
all right.
Easy platinum. You never know. All right.
That's the thing too. I think you do have the platinum for Control, which you don't even like the game.
I think I have the platinum for Control and Alan Wake 2,
which is fucking crazy. But you know,
hey man, it's not my fault. They didn't
you're
put it
not
behind
the first.
Option.
You're not the first platinum horror I've met. All right.
Yeah, I won't be last. Sound off.
I hope you're the last. I don't want to meet any more of you people. I don't like you guys, even though I like my little platties. But all right.
For me, I'm gonna do a twofer.
Sure.
Both somewhat related. As I'll talk about this also a little bit later. Getting into my Star Wars era, trying to get a little bit more up to speed with everything Star Wars, catch up on movies, watch some of the shows, blah, blah, blah.
Hurry up before that AI deal really hits.
Yeah, I know you're fact. You're right. Man, it's going to really, you just put a damper on my whole not games. The Fate of the Old Republic.
They haven't invested yet? Like, to try to justify it.
The Fate of the Old Republic sounds interesting. And the Pod Racer game sounds really interesting because I really like. I don't think it wasn't Criterion who's doing it, but it was people who like have done Need for Speed and Burnout games. I think they said.
I'll look it up.
And so it's like, first of all, I think Pod Race is just kind of cool, right? The whole concept. It's space kart racing. Like that's just cool. You know what I mean? So you put that in a video game. Hopefully, it actually like delivers on some of that like high octane action that you get with like street racer games.
Fuse Games is the developer and the publisher's secret
Fuse.
mode.
Ooh, Fuse did.
I can dig into their background.
Yeah. And then as far as like Fate of the Old Republics, I mean, Knights of the Old Republic is such a classic game that everyone glazes for years on end. Mostly old heads, you know. Let's call a spade. But I know some of the
this
other
is their
people
first
too
game.
Really?
It's their debut game. Now I'll look into if the studio has like a nice little background or something.
I swear I heard a Fuse before.
Maybe they did support stuff or something.
Okay,
but
that would make sense.
Yeah, I'm going to the About Us. It says we love games. Okay, Slay. It says their vibes. I don't know if they're like, built from. I'm
maybe,
sure, you know,
maybe like the team is like X, you know, Need for Speed or Burnout devs or something like that.
Super dumb. I'm looking at they have like the devs and like their favorite game, their favorite book or whatever. And like someone's favorite book is Harry Potter and I'm like canceled.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway,
Oh,
yeah, I'll dig into more about just why you talk.
Yeah.
Some of the potential backgrounds of people. But first game.
Knights of the Old Republic. Always wanted to play it. Never did. I've played some Star Wars games. Like I've played the Force Unleashed series. That was really fun. At least I remember liking 2 a lot. And just always was interested in doing a like one of the hardcore Star Wars RPGs. Just never got around to it. Maybe this is that time. Although I imagine this is maybe going to be more like action adventure RPG, right? Like the what's the
RPG
the new,
elements, as they say.
Not the Ubisoft one. What was the EA Star Wars games?
Oh, like Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor.
Yeah. I feel like it'll be something closer to that, where it's like action adventure-y, all open world, but technically you have like a skill tree and stats that you can buff.
Obviously I'm doing this on the fly. Didn't really see a lot of details on, you know, studio background. A funny thing is I went to their news and their most recent post is about their annual bake-off.
Wait a minute.
Honestly, their vibe is like kind of cool, and their website.
Where are they based?
And their website, I'll look it up. Their website has like a funky vibe to it. It's like teal and yellow. I mean, this is like, now we're getting really into the weeds of vibe analysis for the studio, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, interesting stuff. I think for me, interested in the pod racer game because I like racing games. I wouldn't say I love racing games. There's some racing games I do love, but I don't think that means I love racing games. I just think that means I like play a lot of Midnight Club and like Need for Speed. And
I still want you to play Burnout Paradise.
Yeah. It doesn't really have like a lot of co-op though, right? Just racing each other, maybe.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean most racing games actually kind of don't. That'd be something I think I don't really know what they do with that, but that could be fun.
It in since original.
I've played some of the Forza Horizon games. I always regret not getting more into any of them individually. I kind of end up treating them like FIFA, where it's like I'm there, I'm not there, I'm there, I'm not there. Also interested in the one you mentioned, the Old Republic revival, because of the cachet. But I do wonder, like you mentioned, is it this actually is like a classic, or is this just like
what was out
men of a certain age?
Yeah.
Well, not even what was out at the time, but just like there are those things where, you know, and one day I'll go back to this project I was working on that, you know, when we first like met, I was working on my top 100 games by going through different people's top 100 games lists, you know, IGN, I'm sure like GameSpot or whoever has one, even like Jared Petty has like, you know, his show with all that, just like looking at what do the games that people claim are the best games ever, let me play them. Is it one of my perceived best games ever? And the results were like kind of mixed, you know, like some stuff doesn't hit as well anymore. So yeah, very curious about that. Okay, for my next one, I really should have written down the game that's made by the folks who are from Last of Us, the Chicken Foot game. Was it Chicken Foot Coven? Yeah, okay. Coven of the Chicken Foot. There we go. I really just went with Chicken Foot or whatever is what I wrote in my notes, and I really should have wrote more. This is one where it's like I would roll the dice on this being at least good. You know, we were talking a lot as we were watching really all the games, but I think in a way, especially the indie games, because I have I don't want to say a keener eye for that than AAA, because I think I'm pretty versed in both. But I've gotten to, I guess, know the vibes of how different indies are shown and whether or not I think they're kind of going to be good based on that. Because I've played a lot of indie games have similar tropes or themes they might explore. So I've kind of, I don't know, been able to start to read the tea leaves a little bit on like, okay, this looks good, but I feel like it's not going to be good and I don't know why. But then a lot of times that's kind of true. This is one, it could go either way. Yeah. Because I would be willing to roll a dice on it. It's one of the ones that stood out to me because I like environmental puzzle solving. The art design is really beautiful. I'll give a light shout out to the fact that it's from, you know, a team that has like some element of a cloudy background, but I don't really put too much weight in that. Like,
sure.
Just because you did one good thing somewhere else and then you do your own thing, I don't think that guarantees like, and now it's going to be great because you're like a genius or anything. But, you know, name recognition. and background obviously goes a long way. I like that you play as an old lady. That's fun. I like the weird little monster guy. But I think the thing that I'm most worried about is like the feel of controlling the character. The jumps are like purposefully, like very intentionally, very floaty. But the movement does seem kind of stiff. And I do wonder if this is going to be like, this could either be like, oh, this is good and it has some cool story stuff, or it's mid and is kind of head ass. Like there's kind of no in between to me. And I'm hoping it's going to land on the good side, but I don't really know.
It gives me the Last Guardian vibes, where it's like you and this presumably AI creature kind of having to get through the game and do platforming and environmental puzzle solving and stuff like that. I don't know. I've played other games like it and had good times. If you're getting it, then hey, that's a free copy I can play right there. You know, we'll see what how it works out.
Yeah,
but it seems interesting. I think in the same vein of this game can go either way, or it might not. It's very interesting out the gate, but who knows how it's gonna land. For me, I had High Guard, which is that like hero shooter,
right? The closer.
Yeah. I have no idea if gun to my head, I'm not gonna vote that this is the hero shooter that somehow makes it.
Yeah, probably a safe kind of thing for the genre.
Again, if you got the team and the people behind Titanfall and or was it Titanfall 2 and the other game they did, I'm blanking on it. It's like, oh yeah, well that's interesting. I like that team. I like those games. I have no idea if they're going to be able to pull this off, and if it's going to be something that again lasts. I know I'm going to have a great weekend with this game. Maybe even a great 2 weekends. I don't know.
We're thinking of Apex?
Apex Legends,
okay.
Yes. I don't know if I'm going to be spending a summer in this game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A month even. Like, I just don't know if it's going to be there for me.
Have you played much of Marvel Rivals? I don't remember.
Yeah, again, I had like a good 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It scratched the same itch that Overwatch did for me before. Just with characters that I know more of because it's from a licensed IP.
What's like the longest online multiplayer game you've played that isn't Call of Duty? Or like put the most time into?
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
In the modern era, at least.
It could be old, I guess. I
played a lot of Resistance online.
Okay.
So let's not go back to the launch of the PS3.
Sure. I guess give a couple the top of mind that isn't just like I guess those two then.
I did a lot of League of Legends in college, high school, college. Same with like Warcraft 3. It was kind of both in there. League at Call of Duty. Did a good amount of what do you call it? Oh my gosh, why am I blanking on it? I just had Blizzard, the Overwatch. I was just talking about it. I did a lot of Overwatch post graduate, or like kind of towards the end of college graduation. I had a friend group who would play a lot. And then it's just kind of like flavor of the week outside of Call of Duty, flavor of the week kind of thing.
Okay.
New game drops. It's like, oh yeah, sure. Oh, let's try the co-op. Let's try the campaign. Let's do whatever. And then you beat the game, and it's like, all right, well, I'm never touching that again.
Right.
Fortnite, I guess, is like another one that stayed for a bit, and then it bounced.
Was that before May or?
Yeah.
Okay. Damn it.
Yeah.
Fortnite. I mean,
you're sad. I know.
Honestly, Fortnite does so many like janky corporate things that it's kind of like, you know what? Maybe just
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I don't know. I kind of be wanting them skins though. Like, oh, there's a rumor that they're gonna drop like a Kim Kardashian skin, and I don't even like Kim Kardashian. But I'm kind of like, wait, I feel like
you don't have to get it.
I feel like that'd be kind of lit. No, I probably won't get that. No, I don't think I will actually, because it doesn't matter. We're talking about Fortnite and my Fortnite problems. But one of mine is much like the other indie, smaller title I just mentioned or whatever. I guess they're indie, right? The Chicken Coven Foot. I should avoid saying the name. Coven the Chicken Foot. Another one that just got re-shown off at the Game Awards is Out of Words, which is a co-op platformer.
Outer Wilds or Outer Worlds.
Yes, no, it's Out of Words. And it's that like kind of handmade stop motion animation game where people don't have mouths. The kids don't have mouths.
Reminds me of like Broken Age kind of aesthetic, but like it's more clay stop motion than Broken Age, but it definitely gives me Broken Age vibes of like blonde or just a generic white guy with black girl going on a team adventure kind of thing.
Yeah. I could see
Maybe
that.
It's better. I hope it's better than Broken Age. I don't think Broken Age is bad, but
I really liked Broken Age. It's hard. Was it because you couldn't figure out the puzzles?
No, I think I just wasn't having fun.
It is a point and click game, so that is point and click is kind of a stiffer genre. But I really like that game, and I played that game before I like was really. I think before I was covering games at all. So like I played it not knowing anything about like Double Fine or anything. I was just like, this is just a game I got in a Humble Bundle. Cool. And then I was like, this is cool. And then it's like, okay, anyway. But I liked it. I do think some of the puzzles are obtuse in that game. So I don't know. Kind of a problem with the genre. But yeah, it seems fun. You know, I like platformers. I like stuff that has a fun stylized look to it. A sort of like good but not great. Maybe it is great, I guess. But like this kind of this reminds me of like Unravel. And Unravel 2. Like that kind of level of quality and like fun and charm.
Most recent game that was like claymation that I was like, why are people talking about this game? And you're like, oh yeah, people come through for the Johnny's Advent. It's on Pen to Pixels. Here, I'll look it up. You like wrote about it.
Oh, that was claymation stuff? Okay, yeah, you can look it up. I mean, I don't have that many articles on there. I know like South of Midnight has
Harold
Harold
Yeah. Yeah.
My sugar free okay. Harold Halibut. We don't have to get all the way into Harold Halibut. Yeah, geez. Okay. Shout out to the art of Harold Halibut. Very, very cool. I think I'm probably right about it towards the beginning. The aesthetic, like the specific aesthetics of it. Is it it's that everything's been handmade and then it's like animated, right? Is that like what is like stop motion animated from handmade things? I think that's like the process of Harold Halibut.
All the sets are designed in real life.
Yes.
Like that, yeah.
Yeah. Beautiful looking game. Super cool. Really boring to play. And just kind of thoroughly uninteresting to me. You can, if you want to hear my Harold Halibut thoughts, I did not beat the whole game, but I played, whatever. I wrote the amount that I played. I always call out, like, if I didn't finish it, I say, oh, I played this many hours or this far in the game. And yeah, I really, it's a pretty long article too, actually, now here scrolling on it. I really went in depth on what I felt like didn't work, because it's definitely a game of some good ideas and like a lot of heart, but it didn't work. I feel more confident in this in a way, only because, again, it's a platformer. You don't need to do a lot for me to be like, I'd like to see it through. So I feel like at minimum, it'll hit well for that. At maximum, I would love for this to be like a really cool and kind of unique co-op experience. Like if this could end up being another Unravel, even though, again, Unravel I wouldn't put like wildly highly rated, but I do think it was like really good and fun and like creative, and I enjoyed the co-op in that for Unravel 2 as well.
Interesting. I'm on the out of word site. Apparently it's presumably not launching on Steam. It's launching on Epic Game Store.
Yeah, I did notice that.
That's interesting.
I think you can,
and consoles.
Yeah. Well.
All right, well, I mean, we won't be able to put in the shared library.
You getting that Epic bag?
Yeah.
Well, I would hope to get it on PlayStation anyway, to be honest, if I could. Well, especially if it has I assume it would have local co-op. I hope it has local co-op if it's a co-op game, but sometimes.
Oh, it's Epic Games. That's why I guess they are publishing it, maybe.
Okay.
Makes sense.
But yeah, this has been this is the second time I'm seeing it hit a big marketing beat. So I'm like, okay, cool, still out there. Honestly, I kind of forgot about it, but when I saw it, I was like, oh yeah, I remember this. So that's one of mine. What about you? Do you have anything else to share, or should I just kind of rapid fire through my remainder?
For just my last one, is what has to be the for the people who don't know, it was absolutely the longest, like, what the fuck is going on? What am I watching? Trailer experience, because it started with like a live action, like people on stage doing stuff and then getting like hoisted into the air, and then there was the trailer and all of that. The Divinity trailer, which Larian coming through, the makers of Baldur's Gate 3 and a bunch of the Divinity Original Sins and stuff like that. I've had my eye on the Divinity Original Sin series for a bit. I never pulled the trigger. After having played Baldur's Gate, I went back and re-added those games to my wish list, because next time they go on sale, I definitely want to try them. But honestly, no, at this point, I mean, this game is who knows how many years away this game is, but it's like, oh, you know what? Maybe I might give Divinity a shot. Just to see. I jumped in at Baldur's Gate without having played any of the other ones. If Divinity comes out sooner than I expect, or if I haven't finished catching up on all the old games or whatever, I think I might just jump into it because I think Larian has shown that they can deliver.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. Like, I'm at least interested to check it out. Frankly, I don't really know anything about Divinity, like, at all. I'm being completely honest, like, at all. If you held a gun to my head and said, tell me everything you know about Divinity, I would just start naming, like, I'd say Divinity Original Sin, Divinity Original Sin 2. Like, I don't even know, like, I don't know this franchise at all. But I'm in the same boat, like, new, fake Larian fan, didn't finish Baldur's Gate 3 still, but, like, I love that I played. Blah, blah, one of the greatest narratives that I feel like is in games. Like, it's just so well created and stuff. Mm-hmm. And I kind of go back and forth on how much I like gore in games. It depends on the context of the gore, but for me, I see you adding stuff later. For me, I really enjoy creatively done and creatively messed up gore. Like, I'm not really as into. Sometimes I can be into, like, someone's head gets cut off. Like, in Spoilers Goes to Yotai, you can cut people's heads off in that game. And that's fun in there because I think the way it's done, it's not, like, super graphic or nasty. And it's kind of like, I don't know, it's fun. Versus, like, Far Cry, when you, like, put a machete into someone in first person, I'm like, this is kind of just gross, to be honest. I know some people were like, this trailer's, like, too much. They're doing too much with it. And
they were doing a lot.
And they were honestly, they were kind of doing too much. But I kind of rocked with it because it was so messed up looking. Like, back to my, as I'm developing my anime taste, you have now seen, like, how much I love a fucked up little animation. So it's like when they started doing the cuts, because they were basically showing someone getting, like, they were, like, crucified and then burned alive and then, like, eaten alive or something. I kind of lost track of the visuals. But at a certain point, the flesh was, like, burnt. Sorry if this is, like, really gross here. The flesh was, like, burning off this person's skin. And it was, like, tearing. And then they used to, like, an animal tearing to something. And then, like, someone eating, like, a piece of meat. And they're, like, cut between in a way that I'm like,
it was really cool artistically.
Yeah. So I'm like, I like violence if it's kind of, like, has some type of fun artistic angle. Yeah. Or if it's not that gross. Like, I don't mind. Or, because, like, that's kind of like with God of War. God of War kind of does a little bit of both. Like, sometimes it's gross, but when it's gross, it's, like, really gross. And when it's normal, it's kind of like, it's a little cartoony. Like in God of War 2018 Ragnarok, when he, like, rips the people in half, and they're like not really people, they're like demons. So it's like, it's just a bunch of goo. I was like, oh, that's like, I was like me when I open a Doritos bag. Like, it's like, it's kind of chill, So it depends. But this was, like, just the right kind of nasty, where I was like, ooh, what is this? This is, like, fucked up. And then they're like, Larian. And I'm like, oh, I like you guys. Okay. Like, anyway. All right. Last shouts that I have, outside of the, I guess, game announcements or whatever, but there was an award show also that happened. Shout out to Girls Make Games. They got, I forget the name of the award. It's a Game Changer, I think is what it's called. I don't know if you mind looking that up.
Yeah, I can look it up. Just
to get the terminology for it. But yeah, Girls Make Games is an organization that I've, like, low-key followed for a while. I kind of follow them on social media. I haven't personally been able to, get involved myself with, like, what they do directly, but it's what it sounds like. It's an organization that is supporting women and girls in the game industry, and you can see stuff like, I remember following them and seeing they're like, oh, we visited PlayStation Studios, and then, like, the people would talk to the kids, or, like, I've known developers who, which is also kind of why I'm sure there's other ways to get involved. So I'm not saying this is an excuse, but, like, one of the main ways I know about volunteering there is, like, if you're a developer, like, you can go and, like, work with the girls to, like, make their games, and they kind of like do this kind of game jam setup and stuff. It's very cute, very cool.
It was the Game Changer Award.
Okay, so it is called Game Changer. Cool. So that was a nice moment, and there were, like, two of the girls from the program. I'm not sure how the ages that the program runs offhand, because there was a girl that was at USC. I don't know if she's just, like, an alumni from the program, and then a younger girl who was, like, talking about her game. Very cute, very wholesome, nice moment. Cool for them to get some recognition. Yay. It was fun seeing Claire just clean up. Shout out to Claire. Like, love that game. Jennifer English. I love Mael. Mael's, like, instantly became one of my favorite video game characters, like, maybe ever, in terms of, like, a character and not just, like, I like Mario because you jump. You know what I mean? Like, she's so freaking cool. I think her voice actress killed it. I think she had, like, a nice speech. The Claire from like one of my faves to another fave, like the Astrobot. I forgot, is he the director of Astrobot? I believe he is. Nicholas, I think it's Doucette or something. Might be butchering his last name. Like him giving the award to Claire. I like that he spoke a little bit of French when he did it. That was cute. And I think the Claire acceptance speech was really nice. I joke that if I was on that team, oh my god, I would be just like, oh my god, I'd be eating it up. But also, I'd like to think that everyone would have, an element of like humility in that. And I think they were really gracious in their acceptance speech. I like they shouted out the games that inspired them and talked about how like this is their first game they made. And, whether or not, regardless of where you fall on the like, is it an indie or is it not an indie? It's their first game. And I think it was cool hearing them speak to that. And also like, has a first game ever won like the Game Awards? Like probably, I'm guessing, but like I don't think that probably happens that often. So
yeah,
that was really cool. Like I thought the speech was like, it was really nice that they like acknowledged the wider like game development community. I don't think you have to, but it was like nice they did. And then my last shout out is the random Silk Song shade that appeared from when they won. What did they win? Best action adventure game. And when Jeff Keighley read it, he said, "See, you won." And I said, what was with that? Like, and then Isaiah, you were the one that told me that you saw something online about, oh, they're not going to go because they don't think they're going to win, which is a little like, is not fully accurate to exactly what they said, but they did, whether it was, them like revealing, like read between the lines vibe, or whether it really is just like, oh no, I was just thinking out loud when I was doing the interview and I didn't like think that it would be taken that way. But they basically said like they're busy continuing to work on the game from Bloomberg, and then I saw it through PC Gamer. But they did kind of mention like, we think we're kind of safe from needing to write an acceptance speech because we think like Claire is gonna win because it's like the more palatable video game, which it is true that it is technically more palatable than Silksong, but I don't think it's that palatable to be honest. So I don't know. It all kind of like, I'm not going to read too much into that. Like, I don't want to think too much about like what people might feel. I do think that it comes off, if it can be interpreted as bitter, it's like probably not a good thing to say, but it's also like not the worst thing they've ever said or something. Like, I don't know. It's not that deep, but at the same time, it's like, oh, it's like, I don't know. And then like that kind of being like in conversation with like, again, Jeff Keighley sees everything. He hears everything. He's Santa. He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. Like he is out there. Like he's got his hand on the pulse. He's taking the pulse.
Yeah.
He's making the pulse. So it was just interesting to see like this weird
that workout,
almost like a sub conversation. It was strange. Anyway,
a subtweet in real life.
Yeah, I don't know. So I don't know. That just stood out because I don't think that happens that often. But congratulations to all the winners.
Yeah.
I watched just at home with you guys.
Yeah.
Because
I had the me experience.
Have been on antibiotics.
For a bit.
So yeah, it was definitely chiller and easier because when you're in there live, it's like you're like dressed up and you're sitting there and like you don't have any like food or drinks or anything, and it's like quite a long show. But and then especially my energy levels have been so low. I'm like, oh my god, I couldn't have gone this year. I would have been so tired. Yeah, I mean it was chill. Definitely some big highlights I think from the show. But same problems that I report on every year, right? Like I think the awards are too spaced out, and then they get like once it's awards time, they like threw like 3 awards back to back. Some stuff that I just think is like corny and weird. Like I'm not a Muppets at the Game Awards fan kind of thing. And then like definitely you could feel like it drag at certain points. Like there definitely were some things where it's like, oh, this is really interesting, or like, oh wow, this new franchise or this old thing. But trying to hold attention for like that long of a show,
it's
just
hard.
like never really gonna happen. So yeah, it's always challenging to watch in that sense. Like it's just very long. Do you have any closing thoughts about the Game Awards?
If I'm being very honest, I thought this one was better than a lot of more recent years. I agree with that.
And at least in terms of like announcements.
Yeah.
And honestly, even in terms of like not fucking up in a weird way. Like when that year when they took everyone off stage, everyone hated that year. It sucked.
Yeah, there was a lot of weird stuff for the last couple of years. Speeches going too long and then wrap it up. There was a lot of fumbles the last few years. I think this is the first year where it's like there were no fumbles.
Yeah.
It hit highs that the others missed and stuff like that, and it was like a good reset. You know what I mean? So yeah, Yeah. We got Flute Guy. That was awesome.
Yeah, but he didn't really have a big solo
He didn't
this
have
year.
a big solo,
And
but
also,
he did have a lot of flutes.
I did feel like he
instruments.
was like, it's funny because we watched it with my brother Edwin, who's a fan of the show. Shout out to Edwin. He was like, nah, he's like hamming it up too much. And I was like, no, he's not.
No,
He's
I think
great.
this is him.
I was like, he's great. And then I like was like, he is kind of like it's just he didn't have a big moment this year. Like normally he has like a big like solo or something. And maybe he did technically have a solo. I'd have to go back and like think of is he like deviating from the whatever. But yeah, like it felt like I think the last year specifically, I think, because I was looking at my Instagram and I had a picture of him, he was like tearing it up.
Yeah.
And this year he was just there and the camera was on him a lot. No shade to him. I mean, he played his part. Like you played the music that you practiced, right? But like, yeah, it was weird for like now that he's officially Flute Guy, like Jeff acknowledges that he's Flute Guy, for him to have like the least wavy flute like time, you know?
Yeah.
So I would count that as a fumble, but that is something I know. Yeah. Game Awards, let us know what you thought. We should probably bring in, before we wrap up, you said you wanted to mention the poll from last week because it had a Game Awards thing.
We had people vote on Game Awards. I can go through and just maybe do a quick
that'd be
pulse
great.
of the community. So most anticipated game, the community got it right. GTA 6, that was the best prediction. Games for Impact, most people thought Despelote. But South of Midnight was in second place.
Despelote.
Best debut indie, everyone said Claire Obscure, as you should. Best sports racing, everyone said Mario Kart, and it was the winner. Best RPG, Claire Obscure, a little bit of Kingdom Come came through there. Best indie game, Claire Obscure, with Hades and Absalom kind of tied for second place there. Best family game, Donkey Kong, totally makes sense, they won. Best action adventure, Hollow Knight, totally makes sense, they won. our community has their finger on the pulse. Best action game, we have Hades 2, they won. Best score in music, Claire Obscure, they won. Best performance, Jennifer English, they won. Best narrative, Claire Obscure, they won.
Maybe these are the jurors who vote in the Game Awards.
Maybe, yeah, we have secret jurors just listening. Best multiplayer, they also voted Arc Raiders, so they won that.
Y'all know more than me.
Yeah. Elden Ring was the second place, and then Split Fiction did decently distant third. Best game direction, Claire Obscure with Death Stranding in second. Audio design tied between Battlefield and Claire Obscure. So
okay, well they had the Battlefield. We didn't have anything on that. Yeah.
Art direction, Claire Obscure, with Hades and Hollow Knight is second place, and then Game of the Year, Claire Obscure with a 3-way tie between Death Stranding, Hades, and what is the
and a mystery other one?
Hollow Knight.
Okay, Hollow Knight. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, so the
they did pretty good.
Community,
I'm surprised they were so split on Game of the Year.
I think almost 100%. It was like one they got
the
wrong.
Despelote one,
yeah.
Which, in a non-shade way, because I do think South of Midnight is a good game. I was really surprised that it didn't go to Despelote. Like I felt like, also I felt like that game is more impactful than like socially than South of Midnight. Anyway, but it did kind of feel like I was kind of a little bummed to see that. I try not to get too bummed over like someone got an award that I didn't think, because like, hey, shout out to them getting an award. It's cool for people to be recognized for their work and stuff. But I did feel like that one felt like just the bigger game one.
Sure,
like South of Midnight is, in Xbox published game. It's on Game Pass. Like it just feels like that it was more known, so people made whatever. I don't know.
Totally possible.
And then it's also like Despelote is kind of trends in some of my circles, but I do think like how much of the wider jurors are like locked into Despelote, and like the answer is like maybe not that much. Like I don't know. Like it has a lot of critical success, but not as much commercial. So I don't know. But anyway, moving on. Before we close out the game section, I want to touch on what our games resolutions are. So as we approach the new year, things that we want to work on, we'll go back and forth on these, and we will embrace or judge each other's things. Okay, so I'll just start top down with mine. I would like to improve my love to hate ratio on games. This is something I wrote about. I finally got in the CMS, wrote an article, which is I basically wrote about how the last couple of years I have felt a bit bitter and disappointed over not finishing some games that I really thought were good, that I really liked, games like Tears of the Kingdom, games like Baldur's Gate 3. And, I can justify like, why, it's really long or like whatever. But I just felt like I wasn't locking in enough on those, like, on some of those titles. Ran the numbers, TLDR for 2024. I played as many games, like the games that I loved and the games that I actively disliked were tied in terms of number. Now, one thing I also learned from this was just that, unsurprisingly, you'll like more games than you love, which that makes sense. Love's supposed to be kind of more exclusive, so sure. But just really making sure, without going crazy and like counting them one for one, trying to like focus on finding those like banger titles, things that get me excited, and not like being in the pit of like mid or disdain too much. I still think there's value in finishing some games that you don't like. I'll continue to finish some games I don't like. I know some people disagree with that. That's just my vibe. I talk about that in the article as well. But just really making sure that like I'm not just being like, oh yeah, I mean, I liked Tears of the Kingdom. We all liked it. Okay, time to do some other stuff, and then kind of losing focus. So I just want to be a little bit more locked in on what I love.
I like that. I think it's a good resolution to have. Totally fits, especially with the, you know, again, I read your article, so I know. Also, we just talk because we live together. And
yeah.
But yeah, no, I totally think that's a good resolution to have.
Do you think I can achieve it?
I'm gonna say yes, but I do think you might have some scrambling throughout the year to do that. Like you'll have some struggles. You'll have some uphill challenges of telling yourself you have to put this game down, or trying to give yourself the room to finish a game. It's not gonna be easy, but I think you can do it.
Okay.
For me, I think biggest one is I want to release Stacks on Steam. You know, I for
what's Stacks?
Stacks is a puzzle game that I've picked up and put down at least, you know, 2 or 3 times now. It is the easiest, I think, way to the elevator pitch it is it's like a Tetris like, but instead of it's a Tetris like that goes in 2 directions, like sort of a horizontal and vertical line clearing. There's some other ideas and stuff that I have and things that I want to do with it, but at its whole, that's the simplest way to kind of pitch it. Had the idea for a while. I've made demos and prototypes before. You somehow think it's really good, the really crappy demo that I put together. So I'm a little concerned you might be biased.
Obviously on a technical, professional, critical level, I am biased towards you. Like, I would never review your game. Like, I would not go in the CMS and say I'm reviewing Stacks and I'm married to the guy that made Stacks. But again, you know me, I'm kind of an asshole. Like, I would tell, you know, and I guess it's hard for me to conceptualize how I would tell you your game wasn't that good, because I'm sure that would be a challenge in a way. But like, I don't know. Like, you've also never made anything that was like bad like that. Like, you know, like you did your Lakeshore Campgrounds like demo, which is like a farming kind of sim thing.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, that wasn't like, oh my God, it's like the next, you know, but it's like, it was like, had simple goals and you like did it. I was like, okay, cool. Now, if you said like, I'm launching this now as is, I'm like, we need some objectives. We need some, you know, like whatever. But yeah, no, I think Stacks is fun. I think of it more as like, it's interesting that you compare it to Tetris. I guess on a mechanical level, it does have more in common because of the clearing, but I think of it more as like Threes or Affinity kind of like vibe.
Yeah, I mean, those are all
like, those are the 3. If we were doing one of those, like, no offense, because I'm sure some of you guys are listening, PR people, one of those like email blasts where it's like Affinity meets Tetris meets Threes. Welcome Stacks, your new hit puzzle game. Which don't at me when I'm like writing the PR for the thing and that's like what I write or whatever. Yeah, I think it is good. Like, I think it's easily a good game. Again, I'm not gonna be able to convince you on the show that's a good game because you don't believe me in our regular life that's a good game. But I mean, you have to think it's at least good because you're making it to completion. I think you do think it's good.
I don't think what I've made so far is as good.
I think you think Stacks is good and you think Control is bad. That's what I think. That's what I think.
I don't think what I've made is as good as the way you react to it.
Because it's fun. And it's like simple, fun thing.
I'll throw the demo link in the show notes.
I'll tell you one thing. I may have to put it on the aside or whatever. on my graph that I'm working on my hate love or whatever, but I love Stacks. I'll tell you that. All right. Stacks is up there with Balatro for me. Okay. In terms of love.
Oh my God.
In terms of love, not in terms of quality. Not in terms of quality. Not in terms of quality.
Okay.
Which is also an important differentiator. Like you know,
so
games I love are not necessarily the best games.
I'm back in the hot seat for Stacks. Started, pick the control or pick the mouse and keyboard back up and dove back into development the last couple of weeks. Making some good progress, sort of rebuilding the demos and stuff that I had. Refactoring some of the work that I had and trying to just get back into making the game. And hopefully, and not even hopefully, I will release it.
Yeah, honestly, I figured we could do maybe like
a fact.
It's like, do you think we'll do these things, and then like whatever thoughts.
Yeah.
This one, the data is against you on whether or not you'll do this.
Super against
the data
me.
says that you're not going to do it. If I was being maybe more critical, I guess maybe I would say too. I refuse to even speak those words because I might just have to like stand on your neck to get this game out because I refuse to believe that's not coming out. So I'm willing to, maybe I'm delusional now, but I'm going to say, yeah, you're going to release this on Steam. Yeah. It's been a long time coming. I mean, maybe not that. I feel like you've been talking about it for a couple of years though, at least. Not the whole time I've known you, but like,
yeah, it's
3
like,
years at least. I feel like
before I moved out here, before I moved to California, it was a project I spent a month and a half on. And then once I got out here, I maybe spent like another month and a half on it. And then a year or two will go by and I'll spend like another month and a half on it.
Oh, I didn't realize it was such a small amount of time.
Yeah. So I think if I like break through that wall and spend more than a month and a half on it, that will be the time.
See, now I'm really pissed off because I thought you were working on this thing with like so much more time.
I would work hard during that month and a half, but it was calendar wise, it was a very short window of a lot of hard, intense work. All right?
Oh my gosh. Okay. But yeah, Stacks. Yeah, I want Stacks. You're putting Stacks out. Hell yeah. Okay, cool. I can talk about Stacks forever, but we'll move on. I want to do a new Let's Play. This year, I freed myself from the shackles of Persona 5 Royal, a game that I do want to remind people that I think is a good game, probably even a great game, honestly. But when you're in it, it's hard to sound like you like it at all.
What was the hour count?
Oh my God, I don't even remember anymore.
Like
almost 200.
Yeah, it was like 189 or something.
Yeah,
like
almost 200, almost 200.
Woo, man.
Yeah, so those kids finally got to go home and I was so excited for them. And now anything I do will be so much less than that. Yeah. So, and I know that's not literally the longest game ever. There's longer games than Persona 5 Royal, but it's real long. Yeah, I just gotta decide what's next. One thing I considered was finally just doing Kingdom Hearts 2.
Hell yeah.
Which that's your Stacks. You got really excited about.
Hell yeah. I would love nothing more than an excuse to play Kingdom Hearts 2 again. And I think if you streamed it, that would be my excuse.
I feel like, I hesitate to say definitely, it's a little dramatic. I feel like I'll definitely play it next year. I just want to figure out for myself, is that the next thing I want to play? And that's what I don't know about because it's not a long game. It could be
nice to do something shorter.
Yes, but it's not that short. I feel like it might be good to get like a short game under my belt. So we'll see. That's the only thing that's kind of like up in the air, but definitely want to do at least one Let's Play, ideally more, but we'll see.
Yeah. For me, assuming it does come out next year, I want to beat the story for GTA 6. I've only ever beat one GTA game, like the story actually completed, rolled credits in one GTA game, and it was the recent San Andreas like remake,
or the one everyone hated.
Did. Yeah,
you know what? I like that one. I don't care if everyone hated it.
I didn't play the original.
The windows weren't as reflective as they were in the original.
Oh, I don't
shut
care.
up.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. You don't have to shut up because those are valid criticisms. But it was one of those things where it's like everyone was so mad, and I'm like, I gotta be honest, I'm having fun. Like,
having not played the originals beyond like you go in, you cause havoc, you put in cheat codes, and you roll a tank down the main street and just shoot everything inside. Like having actually sit there, I'm going to play the story. I've wanted to do that for 5. I wanted to do that for 4 before that. I wanted to do it for San Andreas for the longest, or Vice City and all these other ones. Like I've started these stories and just eventually it devolves into just causing a mayhem. GTA 6 is the one I'm going to do. I
do have to play a bit of 5 next year for I owe Edwin 2 streams of it at least.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for one of the charity, like not last year for AHA, but before that. So if you want to join on that, watch me play it, give it a try. I don't know if I'm going to. The idea of beating the whole game before GTA 6 seems like too much open world.
Hey, man,
but
you might have time. Who knows?
if I end up liking it, I guess maybe I should just whatever. But
I also don't think that if it's anything like San Andreas, the story is not actually as long as you would think it is. It's like
but I don't want to be like, I want to be able to go wherever I want.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
I want to be able to like play naturally. But I get what you mean. Like if I wanted to be Lennon, I could. Okay, that's a good one. I got make time for 2020 hits. Now, when you read this before we started recording, you said, "What is this?" And I said, "Wait, okay." Because guess what we're at, Isaiah? Do you know?
Oh, the half decade.
The half decade.
All right.
So it's a good time, and anytime's a good time, really, to start cleaning up on like what are some games that I missed from 2020 to 2025 that were alleged bangers. I guess I'm actually curious what I don't know. I don't even know if anyone has a decades list. Best games of 2020s or something. Because I want to start working on that. But you know what? You know who always has something? Reddit. Reddit's always just like asking every question under the sun. I mean, like Hades is a good example, I guess. Because like I've never played Hades, so it's like that could be a good one.
You have it though. You just never played it like when you got it.
I tried it a little bit. I started it, but I didn't really like give it a good shake. But I don't know if I really. That's just the first one I saw that I haven't played. I don't really know if I want to spend a lot of time on Hades, if I'm being honest. But yeah, just playing some of the hits I missed, and also just like it doesn't have to be a 2020 game or 2021 game. Like even just like a game from like 1 or 2 years ago, like just old but not super old. Because I feel like sometimes when I go play an old game for fun, it's like really old. It's like what's something just a couple years old that I missed out on. So yeah, that would be fun and nice.
It's hard to say whether I think you'll do this one or not.
What would I need to do for you to be like, that goal was achieved?
I think you need to do at least 2 games.
Beat 2 games?
Yeah. Damn. Yeah. I mean, make time in my head that reads make time to beat 2020 hits. So yeah, I think if you could beat two games from the last 5 years.
Can the ones I started count?
You got to be like pretty early on.
Baldur's Gate 3 still on the table?
I would count that. Yeah.
All right. Well.
Now you still got to do it.
No, that's true. So I probably won't. But all right.
All right. So for me, in a similar vein, I have I want to beat a Sly Cooper game.
I've been wanting to beat Sly Cooper 1 for like 5 years, Isaiah.
I've
started it like twice already.
Every couple months.
And every time I start it, I'm like, this is fun.
Yeah.
And then I don't come back.
I legitimately think, if I know PlayStation doesn't keep these stats, I legitimately think Sly Cooper might be like the most re-downloaded game on my PS5, because I feel like every couple weeks I go looking for something to play, I download Sly Cooper and I never do it, and I delete it to make room for something else later on. So I want to go back and I want to play the original PS2 Sly Cooper. I would love to play through all of them, but I at least want to play that first one just to get a taste of what it was like. This is that Sly Cooper, Ratchet and Clank, Jack and Dexter. Like, that was the era. I want to finish the trifecta, finish the trio, play a Sly Cooper game to completion. And then if I like it, determine like, okay, I want to play more. Or if it's like, oh man, I liked it, but old game is really old, maybe I'll just jump to Sly Cooper 4 or whatever the like newest one was that they dropped.
I think 2, most people say it's the best one.
I'm sure it probably won't. If I am so against it, it'll be because it's just old.
Yeah.
And just the newness of the newer game would be what would get me over the finish line.
All right. My last one, unless I think of more or something while we're talking, is to review every game I play on the website Backlogged. So Backlogged is one of those like video game tracker web apps that exists. Fingers crossed that one day they make an app. I know that's one of their goals for their Patreon, which I do plan on joining soon. The second before I pulled the trigger, I like redid my budget and I was like, whoa, let me let the dust settle for a second. But I've started using it so much that I'm like, you know what, I gotta get on that backer list, because like I've been getting so much value out of it this year. So I have been pretty good. I like Backlogged for like tracking my games. You can do, just as a quick run through, like, mark stuff as like played, and put in your backlog. You can wish list stuff. You can review things. You can like, if you want to be really on it, you can like mark each time you like play a game basically, and it'll say like how many times, like almost like a full diary. Yeah.
That's cool.
Like, I played Consume Me like 12 days, like different, stuff like that. I don't need to do all that. That would be cool, but I'm like kind of lazy with that. But the thing that I want to do is just to like everything I play to denote that I have played it, even if it's just for like couple minutes, couple hours, and review all those games. When I first started on Backlogged, I was like, I'm only going to review games I beat because that's like how I personally like to do reviews, like, that I beat the game.
Mm-hmm.
But I realized something that is valuable for me to look back on and like fun for people that follow me. But I'm not pushing my backlog followers, even though, hey, follow me on Backlog if you want to.
Yeah.
I do starting doing reviews for like even games I don't finish, and I just don't score them is like the difference. So like Pipistrello, I like label the game as like did not finish DNF. And I just kind of give my thoughts on it. Like, hey, here's what I played, whatever. And then I mark those as abandoned, and it just lets it. There are many times whether it's for my own fun, for trying to remember what game did I like, but it wasn't that good, like, you know, or a game I liked, but I want to go back to, like Dawn Folk or something like that, which I never got back to. Just a way to like, this will be where everything I've touched this year is in here, and I have all the data. I've been able to rely a lot on my streams when I was doing Best of Watch, but I kind of like took a break from that during wedding season and stuff. So, yeah.
Even just from like a career standpoint, that's probably just useful. You know what I mean? Even if it's not something you do as a public content or anything like that.
Totally,
just like so many times you're looking back, you will ask me like, what are all the games I played this year? Or like, you're like, oh, what games did I like bounce off of this year? Whatever, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Just being able to keep a record of that, super helpful.
Yeah. Especially like just, there'll be random games. I'm sure this happens to you because I think it happens to everybody where you're like, I remember I didn't like it. I don't really know why. Yeah. Like I have no idea why. Or even stuff where it's like, oh yeah, like it was so good.
Yeah.
The way it made me feel. It's like you just don't really remember like anything. I mean, I was talking to you off content about which is like a little embarrassing. Some of the OG like 2D Mario games. I know I love them. I know I played them a lot as a kid. I don't really remember a lot about like specifically why it's good. Like I know the levels are well designed, but I couldn't like tell you a lot about like if we had to do like a podcast on those games, I don't really have a lot to say other than like the power-ups were fun. So yeah, being able to like have that document somewhere is gonna be fun.
Yeah. Cool. I think you'll do that. I think you are gonna again.
Maybe we believe in each other too much.
Like a lot of things, you're gonna slip up some, and you're gonna be like, "Oh, what was that game?" Or like, "Oh, what did I give it?" Or blah blah blah. But I think for the most part, you'll definitely do better than you did this year. Which I think you did pretty well this year.
And then I think there's a chance you don't beat Sly Cooper. Well, I guess you count it if you decide you don't like it. Like, are you counting that as like you failed?
I have to beat it. I have to. If I got
you're
through,
really like stubborn, so maybe you will still beat it.
We got through Jack and Dexter 2, Jack 2. I'm sure I can get through.
Yeah, but
Sly
how often were your hands on the sticks for Jack 2? Not that often. Yeah, but like
and too much.
Which also, I'm like, I wouldn't make someone have to learn that game the way I know that game. You know what I mean? Like, you don't need to be sick like me. I think there's actually a chance you don't beat Sly Cooper. Like, you are very stubborn, but I think you'd rather put that stubborn energy into that GTA 6 campaign than Sly Cooper. I could see you being like, I ran out of time, like, you know, so.
And then I'll just do one more for me. I want next year to be a rebirth of myself into like PC gaming. More specifically, I want to beat at least 3 games on PC, and I'll count like, you know, Windows, Steam Machine, not Steam Deck, like you know, a proper sitting at a chair at a desk playing a game. And at least one of those I want to do with mouse and keyboard. I don't know if you know this about me. I definitely don't talk about it much. I am terrible at mouse and keyboard. Like my hand familiarity on the keyboard with typing, when playing a game, doing whatever, it's terrible. I want this to be the year that like I finally beat a game mouse and keyboard. I don't think I've ever beaten a game mouse and keyboard. I think I've always done.
Wow, that's crazy.
Outside of like.
Because I hate mouse and keyboard.
Game,
even
you know
I've beaten a game on a keyboard.
No, I would always just plug in a controller or to play it on a console.
I'm dumb, so I'm like, I can't. How does it just have to? Also, I played some of those. We played Crabmaster though, right? Didn't you beat that?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I've like played games with mouse and keyboard. Like, you know, I'm sure I've played like matches of Overwatch before with a mouse and keyboard because I didn't have a controller at the time or something. But like outside of, again, mouse only kind of game, like again, also like a League of Legends or a Warcraft or something like that, where it's like, yeah, that's mouse and keyboard, but it's not you're mostly clicking. Like it's mostly a mouse game. It's a mouse with keyboard and asterisks kind of thing. I want to play a dedicated like WASD. You're moving.
Do you have
I gotta
like
crouch. I gotta hit E.
a
to
game
do
in
things.
mind for that?
No, not in particular.
This one's also at risk for you.
Yeah. Well, again, if we get the Steam machine, that'd be a great excuse, I think, to finally plug in
the Steam machine just to use mouse and keyboard is insane. Like to me, the whole point is that
so
it's like
backwards.
a console. Like,
but it's more that I just don't have anything like.
You could sit on my PC and just like whatever,
I could,
but something you guys might not know, Isaiah hates sharing. So
no, I love sharing with my wife.
No, he hates sharing in general. Like,
oh yeah, okay.
And because of that, you also hate sharing with me because it's part of sharing. It's not impersonal against me. You're not a sharer.
Yeah.
Isaiah's a big like, let me just have you get your own thing. Like, not literally, but I think because I had the iPad before you, like I had my own iPad, and you got one. I think if I didn't have and you had your iPad, and I was using it like regularly, you would just buy me my own so that you could have your own iPad. Even if I used it 80 to your 20, you would be like, I see you're using an iPad a lot here. And I know what you're thinking, bitch, shut up, free iPads, right? Like,
no.
And sure, I'll like. If I get a positive spillover, but that's like that's the truth, I'd be like, oh, I'm not that hungry, we'll share. You're like, I'll just get you your
no food, definitely.
Food,
that's
tech.
me for sure.
Okay,
I'll just get you your own fries. Why are you eating my fries? It's the classic.
What do we share?
We
quickly now.
We share docs, like the
Switch
dock
dock?
in the We'll share. We did.
Well, you have your own Switch dock.
So that we can play together. But for a while, we were just sharing that, and that was fine. It still is fine. Well, we just get two of things. So
and why is that? And I'm not gonna lie, it's not all you. Like, I do think that we game enough where it's like we should each have our own PS5s so that we can game at the same time. So it's not like it's not only you. I don't want to misdepict it to the audience.
Feel real misdepicted right now.
However, like what the real question gonna be that Steam machine, because now obviously we have to see the price, because if it's really priced high or whatever. But I've actually been thinking about a lot. We've been redoing our budget, and stuff like that, and having like our joint budget and a personal budget. I'm looking at my personal budget. I'm saying, I don't think I got Steam machine money.
I definitely don't got Steam machine money. Yeah.
But if anyone will get Steam machine money, it's gonna be you first, because that's just math, right? Now, how are you gonna feel when we on one Steam machine? I don't know.
That's fine.
Nah.
We could have shared Steam Decks, but you ended up getting one for work.
Yeah,
like you got one. So
yeah, but could we have? I don't know, man. You know what? To your goals list, share something with your.
I take it you don't think I'm gonna succeed in this goal then.
To share something with your wife? No, probably not. And the funny thing is, Isaiah's by no means an only child. He has like a huge family, but he has only child energy. I don't know. You know what you share with me? Gum. Like the gum packs. Yeah. We just have one gum pack that we just kind of like have in the car. I'll give you the gum, the
lotions,
pack of gum.
Travel toothpaste. I share all the time with you.
Yeah, right. You're a regular fucking Care Bear over here. Anyway, all right. Let us know in the comments what your like, maybe like, your little game resolutions are. But this will probably pull the show. I'm sure we'll grab some of these things.
That'll be fun.
But if I don't know, you're worried that the government's taking your pull the show data, comment on YouTube where the government isn't taking your data. Yeah. Welcome to the not game section. It is dawning on me that we have spent a lot of this general show as like a podcast zoomed out, like all the episodes, talking about stuff we're gonna do. And sometimes we talk about stuff we do end up doing. Next year, I want us to we're gonna be reporting on our successes.
The stuff we did.
Yes, we're gonna be like, I just read a lot, and now I'm going to tell you what I read and how I'm smarter than you now. Okay, so we made a end of year to-do list or to-do wish list, and you had the idea of, what was it, like, how did you phrase it? Give up or get to it or something?
I didn't say either of those. That sounds awesome though. Okay. Let's go with that. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, we have the same concept though of the like,
we're coming with a list of things that, if we could wave a magic wand, they would get done by the end of the year.
Make $1 million.
The list is way too big, I think, for either of us to do our full list. So we have to whittle it down.
Okay. I will start.
Yes.
I would like to finish my scrapbook from this year, which only has either all or most of January done. I gotta be honest. I don't know if it's the full month.
Also, just to give a little inside baseball, it's December 12th.
Yeah.
At the time of the recording.
It is.
Which means there's we leave at the end of the year.
Right. We
do
leave.
That.
We
We
do
go
have a
up to the
trip.
31st. So we have, give or take 19 days to.
And what a 19 it'll be.
17 days, something like that.
Yeah, minus
somewhere
Christmas
in that
Eve,
17
Christmas
to 19, right? Yeah, 18 days. Let's say 18 days.
we got like 2 weeks, really. I think.
Yeah. Realistically,
2
it'll be
weeks.
like 2 weeks. Do I think you're gonna do your scrapbook in the next 2 weeks? I'm gonna say yes.
Ooh.
But I think you're gonna get I think you're gonna phone in the last November, December, so that it ends up being like, oh yeah, no, I'm done. I think you're gonna start off very heavy. January is gonna look good. February is gonna look great. March is gonna look fantastic. Starting April is where it's gonna start going downhill with less colors, less entries.
Hey, what if I told
things.
you shit don't look good now? And I had all the time in the world when I did that January spread.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I really messed up on this should be like an end of the month, like I scrapbook cozy day. And instead it's or a moment of crunch. I don't know. Let's see. And then you know what sucks if I fill it all up too. It's gotta buy another one. That scrapbook was expensive. I don't know if it's gonna how many pages I'm gonna end up using for the year. So maybe you can fit multiple years in it. I don't know. Yeah, that one's definitely the sheer volume is the thing because I definitely don't want to project level crunch on it because it's also supposed to be a little bit fun of a vibe.
I think if you don't project level crunch, you're not gonna get it done. Maybe you'll catch a vibe one day. You'll light a candle, put on a record, and just
okay. I think
bang it out.
Semi new. Okay, I think that one's gonna be dropped in priority for me. I think what I'll do is maybe if the time appears and the vibe hits, I'll do it. But then I feel like the vibes never hit, so maybe I'll never do it.
I think.
But I want to.
I'm gonna say you keep it. I don't think you necessarily are gonna finish it though. But I do think you should keep it on your to-do list.
Well, I think I'm gonna kind of triage these, So, okay. So I'm gonna have this as a tier 2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What's your first one you want to throw out there?
You're involved in this one too, so I think it'll work out well.
Jeez.
I want to finish watching the Fast and Furious movies.
Yeah, I got involved in that. Recap what that is. I don't remember if we talked about this in the show.
No offense. I think it was mostly me and Edwin came together. We're like, we have.
I'm not offended by that at all.
The Fast and Furious movies. Oh yeah, I know they were really good. I don't think I ever did the front, but I don't think I ever did the front to back. Let's see do it. Cool. And
I just live here, so then I ended up kind of what am I leaving the sofa?
Gravity pulled you in more than you were asking to be a part of it.
For sure. Though admittedly, I like the first. I remember liking the first and second one.
Mm-hmm.
After that, I'm like, guys, isn't this kind of just falling apart? And honestly, we'll do a big little thing after we're done. It's been holding up better than I thought. I think in my mind, it gets cornier and crazier faster than the reality. Mm-hmm. That being said, though, we're only halfway through.
I think we're halfway. I think we just finished Fast 5. Was the last we watched because we did 1, 2.
This is my control. This is where it's I'm kind of just watching it because it's something there. I don't really like it. I don't hate it.
Yeah. 4 with the racing and then 5 with Brazil.
But after this, though, you have to promise me something if we're gonna really be doing all this. We got to go to Universal Studios and ride that ride.
Oh
when it opens. Not the day it opens, but actually, I wouldn't even ride the day it opens. Though, hey. If you want media coverage, drop in my line. I'll risk it all. Y'all been testing it. I see the leaks on TikTok. All right.
So we gotta just get through.
How many more movies are there? You said there's 5 more.
5 if we only want to do just the proper Fast and Furious, and then there's the Hobbs and Shaw, which I did see that. I have seen that. And also this isn't I've seen some of these movies here and there before. It's just we wanted to do a solid. So we know that we can follow the story. We know it.
So we're looking at least 10 hours of content.
At least
maybe
10
12.
Hours.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
So if you're disciplined, you can knock that out in 2 days easy.
Now it does depend on
one really bad day. Yeah.
It's not just me.
What sucks though is look, I'm just talking to the audience here. These fucking no sleep down ass motherfuckers where it's like, well, I'll watch another one fucking 10, 11 at night. Watch throwing on another Fast and Furious movie. I was disassociating at the last one. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was so tired.
Crazy because it was so good.
I was so tired. It was so late.
They stole a bank vault. Anyways,
they could have took anything out. Don't even know. I'm like, they got it yet? Okay, cool. I was exhausted. And the Dodgers were playing in the series at the time. It was late nights.
A good day.
Crazy times. All right. I guess I go next.
Yeah. But do you think I'm doing it?
Oh, that one's really tough.
Do I keep the goal? Or do we
do you keep it? Yeah, I think you have to keep it because you are working on it with Edwin. Do you do it? Honestly, I think you make progress, but I don't think you get there all the way.
Okay.
Because it's just a lot, but it depends because Edwin is a very like set my mind to it, make it happen kind of person. So I could see. I don't know if I'm gonna be around for all that because I could see it getting crazy.
I think if you're willing to not be,
but
around
I'm in
for
so
it,
deep that it's like
I've
always been willing to not be around for it. I just keep me in the loop because I don't want to be like I don't want it. You know what I mean? Like I want the option to reject you. You know how you always say I want to be invited to everything. You don't even want to go. Like God, when I was married, I didn't even invite all those runs when I was marathon training. No freaking way. I think at a certain point you said you can stop asking, and I said thank God. I'm like, do you want to go 6 a.m. run? I say it's like no, thank you. I'm like yeah. I know. Yeah. So that's me with this. I want to be in the loop and invited, but I don't feel like you need to coordinate with me fully. But yeah, I definitely keep that on the list.
Okay, cool.
This one I'm really hoping you'll let me have. It's in the same vein as the scrapbooking one, admittedly, but this is a one day you knock it out. You don't even need the whole day. But I'm sure I've made one before in my life, but I want to do this last year. I just didn't end up doing it. I want to do a vision board. I want to print out some photos of the library, make a nice evening out of it. I've also been putting it off because I have been. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm on antibiotics right now, so I can't drink. At least you're not supposed to. Maybe you can, and it's fine. But you know, so I want only want to make this like we get some like nice beer or whatever, put some records on, and kind of like have a crafty night because I do think Edwin kind of gave a soft yes, I think, to doing a vision board, and I think you said I guess no, you said no. Okay. Yeah. News to fucking me. You know what? Watch your Fast and Furious alone. Yeah. But even if Edwin didn't want to do it, I would just do it by myself. I really don't need anyone else to do it with me because it's convenient because no one else wants to. But yeah, that's the plan where it's like print out some photos from the library, grab some. There's some cheap magazines that you can buy at the library as well. Buy some magazines and just kind of have a little vibe. Yeah. Think about my goals. I haven't really thought a lot about my. We talked about our game resolutions, but I haven't really thought a lot about the kind of things I want to accomplish next year.
Yeah.
So
that's fair.
Yeah. So will I do? Can I keep?
I'm gonna say similar to a scrap. I'm gonna say keep it. I don't think you're doing that and scrapbook. I think that's too similar. I kind of agree. They're too similar. So you're gonna end up doing one or the other.
Admittedly, I'm prioritizing the vision board. I'd rather get the vision board done than the scrapbook because I can always work on it. Like, though, granted, I don't want to be like 12 years backlogged with the scrapbook either. But yeah. So okay, what do you got up next?
For me next, it unintentionally has like almost like a Disney theme. When
they own everything, it's hard to stay away.
Fair, right? I want to finish. Well, I had the goal of doing the chronological order of Star Wars. That whole timeline is not something I can do before the end of the year.
Sure.
But I wanted to at least get to the prequel movies because you and Edwin were interested in rewatching those with me.
Yeah, that I do want to watch.
And I think I just need to get through the rest of Acolyte.
Yeah.
I'm halfway through. It's I think an 8-episode series. Mm-hmm. Each episode's, that 45 to an hour long length. I'm through half the episodes. I got another half left. I think I can do it. I had fun, and we are bumming Disney off of Edwin anyway. So it's like, all right, well, before we lose the opportunity, before we lose the chance, we lose access. I wanted to at least knock this out as like have a clean break in case I have to jump to another platform where I rent them at the movie or the library or something. Yeah, like
especially generally movies are easier to rent than like shows. Yeah. They have sometimes shows though too. It could be worth looking at if they have those DVDs. Man, this combining with the Star Wars, the Fast and Furious is kind of getting rough.
I got bad news for you.
I think you should keep this because selfishly I want to watch the prequels.
Okay.
Because I want to. Because then because this is your first time watching them, right?
I seen episode 1.
Okay.
I have not seen 2 or 3.
Yeah, I'm really like, besides the fact that I'm actually, prequels Defender is a little dramatic, but I like the prequels fine. I haven't watched them in a long time, so I'll be refreshing the opinion. But the real reason I want to watch them, I want to watch you watch the prequels. That's what I'm excited about.
I don't know why you say that. I liked episode 1.
The point still stands. I mean,
and
it's not even like I think you're gonna crash out. I was like, oh, it's like that's kind of what makes it like new and fun because it's like you haven't seen it.
Gotcha.
So yeah, yeah, you can keep that, but I think you have to pick. Well, here's the thing: if I were you, I would prioritize the Acolyte thing because you can do that on your own at any time. While at least the Fast and Furious thing, it's like that's a coordinated effort.
Gotcha.
And I also think because there's only like, because how many prequel movies are there? Are there 3?
3.
You could like I would make the goal. I'd modify the goal to just be you're done with Acolyte and you're ready to watch the prequels. I wouldn't try to also watch the prequels before the end of the year.
Sure.
I would just try to finish Acolyte because that's what the goal is actually, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would finish Acolyte and then I would tell Edwin, even though he's probably listening to this, I would tell him that like, let's knock out the Fast and Furious stuff first. And then once that's all done, then do the prequels.
Okay.
Because I don't think you should be going back and forth between the two. I think just finish one project and then move on together.
Okay.
But this is fine because this is like the prerequisite for the project is the Acolyte thing. And you've been dragging on Acolyte because you started that thing a long ass time ago.
Yeah. Well, I started when I had Disney.
You watched like 8.
And then I let my Disney subscription end.
Okay. That's fair. So you haven't had it in a while.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a little bit better. Because I'm like, all this Good Doctor, you could have been Acolyting it up. Ain't no reason to be 8 jobs in with Sean. You just have.
Hey man, Sean Murphy is a great doctor. Okay.
Anyway, all right. I guess I'm back on the chopping block. Jeez. Ugh. Lingering games. I saw this category from you, admittedly. So, for those listening who might not know, I work for a company called MinMax. They do their end of year content around this time, like near the time of us recording. At the time of us recording, we already did our awards. We have 2 recordings left. A part 1 and part 2 of our like GOATY discussions, basically. Really good. I recommend you checking it out. Watch it, get triggered. You know, that's really what everyone's there for. You know, the bloodbath and the like, oh, I can't believe they did whatever, you know. And and I'll look back on what we've made and I'm like, I can't believe we made this. So it goes both ways. I'm not like, you know, whatever, right? But they're fun conversations. Big prep work for that. That being said, I kind of have like 2 sections of like my end of year life. 3 if you want to count Pen to Pixels, like my own stuff, but like they kind of go hand in hand. So it's like the GOATY stuff I'm rushing for like MinMax, which that rush is basically done. I'm at the time of this recording, I'm trying to finish Consume Me tonight.
Okay. All right.
That's my plan. Need is dramatic. I kind of need to finish it before we record tomorrow, which we do at night. Anyway, I don't get too bogged down in logistics. I'm enjoying that game. It's not a terribly long game. I feel pretty confident that I'll beat that game. Cool. Boom, boom, boom. Done. Now we got Remap, another company I work for. They do their game of the year in January. And it also includes a homework component, which is not you have to beat someone else's game, but basically all of us bring a game to the table and say, hey, I'd like everyone to at least check this out. And really, and ideally, you're kind of bringing a game that like is not super on people's radar. So like, for instance, not the best example because I do think there's some people who haven't played it, but like bringing Clair Obscur, you can, but like that's probably been hit up by people. Like it's kind of better to pick something like, you know, I'm trying. My Windswept. I don't know what I'm picking for their homework yet, but Windswept might be a better pick because it's like not up everyone's alley, like whatever. Because really the reason we do that is just so that like when we have the end of the year conversations, which I'm not gonna get into the whole structure of that, it basically just makes it so that one person doesn't have to be like, hey, here's my weirdo pick that no one else even like has ever thought of. It just kind of helps bridge some of those gaps. We don't do that with the whole thing, you know, like Rob Zachney has a very specific genre taste that like frankly, most of us don't play the games that he really resonates with, you know, but like it kind of spreads the weirdo-ness out. You know, we all have our stuff that's a little bit more fringe. So it's like, you know, last year Patrick had, I think Argo was his and I forgot what Chia had offhand. Anyway, so keeping in mind that I will have one game that I'll have to at least assigned, I need to play it a little bit, which I'm going to say like an hour or 2 is kind of enough to like check out these people's games. I want to at least give a genuine attempt to Silksong Act 3. I don't need to beat it because I know it's hard and like who knows how long that thing is. But I want to like take a look at it. And I would like to both start and finish Metroid Prime 4.
Honestly, that's the tough one.
Do you think order-wise I need to flip these? Prioritize Act 3? Because the Act 3 part, I know you're thinking, oh, you already beat it, so who cares? Generally, yes.
Act 3.
Yes. Oh, I mean Act 2. You know, like we beat the game.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like, oh, we beat it, so who cares? But the reason I want to do at least start on Act 3 is because for Remap, we want to do eventually a Silksong spoiler cast, and we all agree that like you should at least be having like tried Act 3. Like we don't want to like go in like, oh, I just am waiting. But we're also like we keep pushing when we're gonna do that because of all the work it's gonna take. So that's kind of up in the air in a way. But also I also just kind of want to play it to play it. Both of these games I'm interested in playing just to play them as well. But the kind of deadline end of yearness to it is with Remap in mind.
Yeah.
And Metroid, admittedly, just because I like Metroid in general. I'm not a big Prime knower. I didn't play the Prime games growing up. But I think it'd be fun to engage in that conversation. I guess at the same time, like if it doesn't hit Patrick's top 10, maybe I don't need to rush to it in a way. I don't know. I kind of also just want to. I want to at least try it. But then I feel like if I try it, I'm going to finish it.
You did beat Act 2.
Yeah, I beat Act 2 in Silksong.
I think if we can alter this a little bit.
Yeah.
I think because you still need to get Act 3.
Yeah, I don't know anything about what's going on there.
So
like
you still have to unlock Act 3. And then you're saying to do a genuine attempt inside of Act 3.
Yeah.
That just sounds like a lot to do in 2 weeks. So I think...
Yeah, damn, that is a lot.
I think you can get to Act 3 and maybe do like one part of Act 3. I think doing a genuine attempt through Act 3 is too much.
Okay. Should I maybe... And I'm kind of thinking out loud here. Should I flip the orders of these based on like we don't have a date yet for the spoiler cast, so I don't really have a deadline for that job yet. Should I just kind of wait and see like hey, if there's no spoiler cast on the calendar and we go on holiday break, I kind of just let that thing rot and play Metroid Prime because Metroid Prime is not going to take that long.
I can see that. Yeah.
Okay, so then it'll be based on if we get that thing on the calendar.
If we get a thing on the calendar,
okay,
then you unlock Act 3 and get a little taste of it. But until that happens, I think Metroid Prime should be the priority. Okay,
but are any of these things even realistic for 2 weeks? Do you think?
I think you could probably beat Metroid. I don't think
because it's like a normal game.
Yeah,
you know?
The Metroid games traditionally that I've played, which is most of them, are not incredibly long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't know what all you're missing for unlocking Act 3 in Silksong.
Probably, so. I mean, I don't know anything about Act 3. I just know that, like, I know rumblings, which is nothing. Sure. Like, I have no idea. Is there a lot of work to unlock Act 3?
If you're trying to do it on your own, it'll probably take you a long time. If
I'm definitely not going to look it up because I don't even know, like, which is sort of...
Then this is just more choresy.
This is like sort of inside baseball for
like work.
People that don't... Hopefully this is interesting to people who also don't, like, play Silksong, but... Basically, because the way the discourse is around like the game is like, oh, there's Act 2 and then like the real endings if you beat Act 3. But in the game, like they do say Act 1, Act 2, but they don't like when the game's done. Like if I didn't know there was an Act 3, I would not do anything else in that game. Like there's just no indicator that there's anything else happening. So for that reason, I'm just gonna look up, hey, what's up with this Act 3, and then. Based on what I read, I'll go from there. Generally, I do like to kind of do as much as I can of a game like this on my own, but I'm not above, asking for help or whatever if I need to. And yeah, especially if it's like, I'm very interested to see what's going on with this Act 3 because like I've heard a lot of different things. Anyway, I'll get to that if something's on the calendar, I suppose.
Yeah.
All right. What's your next?
I guess in that same vein, I'm now my to-do list is now like a list of things that I've wanted to finish or consume, and I broke it up into 3 groups. So each group is going to be just what we go through.
Okay.
And your goal is to tell me, what is it? Do I play it or pass it?
We said like give up or get on it or something. I think.
Yeah. I'll do my lingering games. So these are games that I've technically started.
And do you want me to react to each game?
Yeah. This is like one entry. I'm gonna give the game name. You say like, oh yeah, like keep or pass, whatever. These are games that I started this year. I made somewhat significant playthrough with, and just for whatever reason did not finish it.
Okay.
Some games that playthrough is like 20 minutes to an hour. Some games that playthrough is like 15 hours, and I just never finished it.
Okay.
So, all right. Bravely Default.
Are you like really close to the end?
I would say I'm probably between that 40 and 60 range.
Pass.
Damn.
You've
Okay.
never, I've, just give context for people listening, obviously, because we know each other outside the show. I haven't seen you touch this thing in like a million years. I didn't even know that you still gave a fuck. Like, I think this is so,
Damn.
it's just like, it's one of those things where if by some miracle you're having a killer 2 weeks and you're like, hey man, it's December 29th. I got nothing to do. Okay, yeah, sure, boot up Bravely Default,
Okay.
but nah,
Okay. Metroid Prime 3.
Yes, because this is something you're actively working on. At least, maybe some other games will like beat it out. But my gut reaction is yes. You talked about it on the show. I've seen you do it in real life. You've been working through the Metroid games. You did 1, you did 2. You're partway through 3. It seems like you want to, finish them before doing 4. So yeah, continue that path.
Moonlighter.
Do you like this game?
I do. I was at the point though where I was looking up optimal builds just to like, because there's that the game wants you to guess and work towards figuring some stuff out, and I'm like, if we trying to finish it, I just gotta look up what's the.
Are
best
you close?
prices
How
for
close are you to
things.
finishing it?
Presumably there's 5 dungeons, and I am on the 3rd one. Like I'm actively going through the 3rd one.
If you could know what you know about this game now,
Mm-hmm.
like all your knowledge, right?
Mm-hmm.
But go back to like you haven't played the game, like you just know how you're gonna feel about it. Would you even play it?
Yeah.
Is that because you're sick?
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, probably.
So just as a gut reaction, obviously I can see your list, but I'm gonna try not to ignore it. I'm gonna say no for now.
All right.
Because I don't think it's a game that this feels so like Moonlighter. You know how they say like blank hate is so forced? Moonlighter playing in this house is so forced because I feel like this is a game.
I really want to play Moonlighter 2, and I wanted to get through Moonlighter 1 to do that.
Yeah, I feel like you're like sometimes doing that journey is kind of fascinating. Like I think with Metroid, it's been like the Prime games, it's been cool because you're like, oh, 1 is a banger, 2 you're like this shit, it's kind of ass. 3, I think you're liking.
Yeah,
again?
From what I play, yeah. It's way
3's going
quicker,
fine,
faster pace. So.
But I felt like you went into that with like, oh, I'm doing a study of a franchise. That felt like a meaningful venture, even though, oh, you didn't have fun with 2. What's the point of playing 3? It's like, oh, well, you're doing it to like kind of have this whole holistic experience. With Moonlighter, it feels like you kind of just got caught up. Moonlighter is giving like, you're still with that guy? Yeah, we went to prom together. Okay, but you're 19 now.
Okay.
You're about to be a sophomore in college. You don't really like this man. I think you guys should. Now, obviously, you have some feelings for Moonlighter. It's not a band forever, but
we brought it to the council, and the council says no.
For now, no. Maybe when I do the swing back, it can be higher in priority order or something than like Bravely Default. But like, I'm so sick of you and Moonlighter. I gotta be honest.
I have 2 more games. The next one, Ender Magnolia.
How far are you in that?
If I had to guess, I'm maybe like the 20 to 30%.
Can I?
All right.
Is this a safe space to make an observation about you?
The game is really good. I think I put it down in order to play something else, and I just never went back.
Can I make? And this is a problem I have as well. So this is a safe space. I'm a recovering game juggler. I think you do beat a lot of games, and you tend to like be a lot. Historically, you've been a lot more laser focused than me. Like, I'll start a game, go to something else, and then you're like, I beat it, and I'm like, man, it was my idea to play that game. So you're better than I have been, but I also think I've been in like a more focused lane lately, and because of that, I'm gonna lord my focus over you for a second.
Okay.
I think you need to start. We need to start letting go and locking in strategically here, and I think
letting go and locking in, I like that.
Yeah, so that's actually what we're gonna change to, even though we're almost done. Let go or lock in. I think. I'm not saying you can never come back to these games, but if it was going to happen, it was going to kind of happen. Right. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like we look at that's why Prime 3 is such a banger because it's like you've been focused in on that.
We got the beginning of 2026. All right.
So yeah, I'm going to say no.
All right, fair enough. And then the last game, Monster Train 2.
What's going on with that? I feel like I haven't seen that in a million years. I feel like you're digging up these really old games for yourself.
I think I had you play Monster Train 1.
Yeah.
And when you did that, I was like, oh, you know what? I'm going to buy Monster Train 2 and I'll play it next to you. And then you played Monster Train for
I kind of didn't like connect.
an hour maybe.
Yeah.
And I just played Monster Train 2 for like an hour. And I was like, still good. I want to play more.
And
then I played Silk Song.
Because you actually did play so little, and it's also like a run-based game and it's a sequel, I'm going to say, well, how do you feel about like, and this is obviously not literally forever because like this is a law, but the thought of playing Monster Train 2 and not hitting those other games, not hitting the Bravely Default, the Moonlighter, the Ender Magnolia, are you kind of feeling like, damn, nah, I really wanted like these other games instead? Or are you like, no, that's cool?
I don't like I mean, it would be a really good experience, I think. I think I would, if I had to pick one, I think Monster Train 2 would be the better time than those other ones. That said, I know that if I don't play Monster Train 2 by the time like Slay the Spire 2 comes out or something, then it's like, well, I'm just never touching this game.
Okay, cool.
So there's a soft deadline to this game.
I would throw Monster Train 2 in there then, but you have to promise that if you end up not really liking it, that you just walk away.
Okay.
It's also a game though that I think you can like kind of like Slay the Spire where you beat it and then keep playing it.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't think you'll get sucked in the same way that like you end up getting like caught up on these other games.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, but I think this is something I've been trying to lock in on.
I would also consider beating it just beating one run.
Yeah.
It's like a Slay the Spire kind of thing. Where it's like if I beat Slay the Spire with one character, I'm trying to do the equivalent with Monster Train.
I do think and this happens to me a lot as well, something I'm trying to work on, always a moving target. Yeah, I feel like a lot of these other games, the ones I rejected, Bravely Default, Moonlighter, and Ender Magnolia, they've expired. Now, Moonlighter is interesting because it expired and then you dug it out of the dirt, then you were with it, and then you let it expire again. So I feel like you're already telling yourself what you already know with Moonlighter a little bit. But yeah, and to be clear, Metroid Prime 3 first, and then also decide, do you want to go straight into 4? And then if you do want to go straight into 4, go into 4. Yeah, I guess you kind of can play them both.
4 would be like a next year.
You can kind of, okay. I
think I'll just give you 4. That
makes sense. Yeah, so beat 3, and then if there's extra time, start Moonlight. Because Moonlighter 2, not Moonlighter 2, sorry. Monster Train 2, it is the kind of game that like it's an easy juggling game because it is like just runs. So
yeah. Cool.
Okay, my next sin. So I really want to get back into watching Demon Slayer. We had a good run where we were watching a bunch.
Ooh,
but then now I'm wondering if I need to bring in Abbott Elementary in here because I want to finish both, but like in general, and I plan to finish both in general. I think it's so easy for me to watch Abbott because it's a sitcom. Because like Demon Slayer is not stressful, but it's not stressful. It's like a little. It's like a little dramatic in a way. And I don't know. It was weird because I really like ate up Frieren after a certain point and was just like binging those. But I also think, and it's not like to get into whole Frieren versus Demon Slayer conversation. 1, Frieren clear is easy. 2, but like Frieren does have those, which Demon Slayer has a little bit too, those page turner moments where it's like, oh, I gotta watch the next one. Demon Slayer has that a little bit, but I feel like not as much. Like they just it doesn't make it. It is a worse show, but that's not why it's a worse show. It just is structured in a way that is a lot more formulaic, or they do dramatic, almost, the only thing I have to compare it to is Dragon Ball Z, because I haven't watched a lot of anime, almost like Dragon Ball Z-esque, like, well, obviously there's not enough time to do this thing, and then it's like, well, I guess the rest of the fight's in the next episode. So, honestly, don't really know what the point of me saying all this was. I was kind of laying the scene for, like, me and Demon Slayer. I'm liking Demon Slayer. It's cool. They brought the annoying guy, and he hasn't been that bad. So it was like, we're going to be okay. The character's a little tropey, but it's been cool. But basically, I want to keep going with this. I want to make sure that it doesn't get lost on the wayside. And also, this is like a weird thing. If you're a completionist-y person, you might get caught up on this. I also want to try other anime, but I don't want to be juggling anime.
Yeah, sure.
So it's also, not only is it like, I want to finish it because I'm liking it, but also I'm like, I want to see what else is out there too. Plus that Frieren season 2 coming in, that's going to hit like a freight train, and that's actually really fast. So I'm definitely not going to finish the Demon Slayer series before Frieren season 2 comes out. But I think I was looking at like, how long is this franchise, blah, blah. When we were doing this, writing this doc, I was like, okay, well, season 1, I mean, they're as long as a lot of anime, which is like 20-something episodes, but that's like not that bad.
Yeah, because it's like, 15, 20 minute
kind
of breakdown.
Yeah. So I thought a good goal, a good achievable goal, was finishing season 1.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think this is a good achievable goal, or am I an idiot?
I think it's a good achievable goal if you would have to lock in.
Yeah, and I really do want. I've been wanting to have that day.
You're not watching it with me. Like you're not like you need to be willing to watch it without me.
Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
I always thought that you like.
I mean, I want to be there. I'm saying like I want to.
So this is like an inverted Fast and Furious, where I just tell me, okay, yeah. Well, I still do really want to do. I know I'm like, I know I do, because I know what this is starting to sound like. One day we're scrapbooking for 12 hours, then we do this. But this is not on some toxic shit, even because this is also how I know it can be toxic depending on how you do it. But this is also how I watched Breaking Bad. Like I had a couple. I watched it kind of regularly. I watched it after the series had ended.
Mm-hmm.
But I was watching it with Edwin. He wanted to be there just for funsies, kind of thing. And we were watching it and we were like, you know what? Let's like give ourselves a little boost.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a day where we like got a box of donuts. We started in the morning, like not crazy. Like maybe it was like 7 a.m., but I don't know. It wasn't like we woke up at 5 a.m. We woke up in the morning. First thing in the morning, boom, we got, at the time we were in Chicago, so it was all Dunkin' Donuts coffee, Dunkin' Donuts. It was nasty as hell. But at the time it tasted good because that's all I ate. Anyway, now we do it better because we're in LA. We got Randy's donuts, right? Okay, whatever. I want to get some donuts. I want to get some coffee. I want to sit and I want to just like just gorge myself in the content. I know it sounds kind of nasty, but like I have fun. I've had a lot of good memories doing stuff like that.
Awesome.
You know, like how many times have I brought up the White Castle crave case and the Madden Super Smash Bros. Day that we had, me and Edwin growing up as kids.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, like that stuff can be fun. So on it's a little toxic because it is like a goal, but like. I've been wanting to do that for like a couple weeks now and it just hasn't happened. And, I've also had the unfortunate case of like, I'm sick, I'm not sick, I'm sick again. So now I think I'm finally towards the end of being sick, gonna be done with antibiotics this Tuesday, shout out, whatever. We can have this nice Demon Slayer moment of just like little kid style. It's Christmas time. It feels like a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, I say lock in. That's my vote is lock in.
Now, actually, at the end of the segment, let's do a rapid ordering, of this stuff. But okay, I'm gonna mark that as a full lock. All right, what do you got next?
This one we gotta be quicker with it.
Sure.
Just because I don't want to go through
all the movies.
Yeah. Well, okay, I want to go through all the movies, but I'm just gonna list the name. I'm
not gonna explain them as much because they're also just different. Because like a movie, it's not like you're halfway through a movie, and also I don't know. Like I'm not like an expert in Pixar, so.
Spoilers.
Sorry.
I have a backlog of Pixar movies that I either have never seen or have only seen. I want to
watch some of these with you. See, I'm dragging you down.
Have only seen like bits and pieces of, or so long ago that I cannot fully remember it to the point where I can't say I watched it. Okay. So we're gonna go through. You're gonna give me a lock in or leave it.
I need a quick clarifying thing.
Yes.
How much? I can't help but like impose myself on these. Like, how should I deal with that bias? Because I want to watch some of these with you, and then so part of me is like, let me have you lock in on the ones I don't give a fuck about. Is that fucked up? Is that like allowed?
I don't think you should do that, but if that's where your options are, then, you know, it is what it is. Okay, Cars 1.
So actually, okay, I'm gonna take myself out of it. I'm gonna say no.
Okay. Cars 2.
No, because you can see the theme. Take the cars out. Take the cars out, yeah, because it's easy just for now.
Monster University.
So you already saw Monsters Inc. Do you need to rewatch Monsters Inc. for this?
I just need to go straight into Monsters University.
Go ahead and do that. You can do that on your own. I've never watched Monsters Inc. I know. Don't add me in the chat. I'm a piece of shit. I get it.
That's crazy.
And I do want to see Monsters Inc., but this is perfect because then I can just watch Monsters Inc. later on my own time, and I'll just ignore you watching University while I'm scrapbooking.
Okay. Lightyear.
I'm thinking about this. It could really go a lot of ways. I mean, I think let's say lock in.
Okay. Elemental. Don't even no explanation. No.
Okay. What do we call it? Lock in or leave it? Leave it.
And then Turning Red.
I'm gonna say.
You want to watch Turning Red?
I do want to watch Turning Red, but.
Why don't I
lock in? But it's
then?
Lower priority.
Okay. All right.
Well,
I can lock in Elemental. I don't think you care about Elemental.
Sure, yeah, lock in Elemental.
And I'll lock in Elemental, and then I'll leave Turning Red.
Yeah, because I feel like Turning Red will be good. And Elemental isn't that the one people said is mid? Yeah, you can take that. Loki, I gave all the mid ones, except for Monster University. I don't have a thought on that. In Cars also, I think there's some good stuff in Cars.
Again,
I took Cars out just because there's 3 of them, so
Sure.
it's like that's just a lot of work.
Sure. If you don't lock in for the first one, there's no point in locking in 2 or 3. Okay, cool.
Yeah, but also I am starting to wonder. We'll order at the end. We're at the end. Okay, so next up I have just something I thought of. Maybe it's too much. Finish Changing All Stars. I'm not that far into the book.
You're leaving that.
I'm leaving that. All right.
You're leaving that. I think you can get it like a Q1 of next year for sure. We got these flights that you could read.
I think
on
though,
if you
you know what I need to
like
do
that,
though, because this is my problem with, like, I need to just work in reading to my regular routine because that's really my problem. That's why it's so hard for me to finish stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just make a note that I need to be doing that because the problem I have with reading is that I keep looking for this time where I'm gonna like sit down and like, I don't know, crank out several chapters. And I think I just need to like, if I spent less time looking for a lot of time to read and just started reading here and there, even like, I mean, obviously it ended up being way more time than we thought, but I went to urgent care the other day and I ended up being there for a long ass time. It's like, I could be reading Shang All Stars right now, but like, I didn't, obviously that's kind of a thing of like the book was sizable enough that I wasn't carrying it with me. But I think I just need to be like, I need to reach for it a little more frequently.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I could just, and obviously reading while you eat is a little different than like scrolling while you eat. But if I could just replace some of those impulsive phone openings with pick up a book, bitch, I would be a lot better off in this. So okay, cool. Okay, you go now.
Cool. And I have
you were just a movie holic. What's going on with these movies?
I had a lot of movies I wanted to watch this year, and I did not. All right, and these are Disney movies. Now, technically, I might have mixed some up, and some are Pixar and whatever. But yeah, fuck it. Okay, so we have.
Come on, man!
I already know. But hey, it's my truth. Okay. So we have The Lion King 2019.
Leave it. Honestly, we should make a fucked up version list. You play Moonlighter while Lion King on, and it's just a hate finish. So yeah, you're gonna leave it.
All right, we're leaving Lion King. Moana 2.
Man, this is such a mess, bro. I don't know what you're doing over here. This is tough to compare. I'm trying to compare it against the. You know what? I'm gonna try to treat them in isolation, and then we'll order the categories. Moana 2.
Do I lock in and watch it, or do I leave it?
Let's lock in. You know Moana pretty well, so I feel like 2 is gonna be easy to knock out.
Bolt.
What is this? Leave it. I don't know what this is.
Wish.
Leave it, because people said that shit's ass.
All right. Mufasa, The Lion King. Like live action Mufasa movie.
Oh, fuck. Leave it, because you're gonna hate it. I don't know why it's on here.
Lilo and Stitch.
Is this live action also?
Yeah.
I feel like, asterisk here, I think there was some form of controversy with this movie. I don't remember what that is.
I know the ending is controversial. Not even
but isn't there
like you hate it because it's like.
But I mean, not that. But isn't there like a literal problematic element to something? If there's something problematic in this, I don't remember what it was. So I'm putting that to the side. That like I don't remember.
Outside of that,
so let's ignore that for now because I don't remember. I just want to acknowledge that I'm like, didn't I read that? Some whatever.
Yeah.
This is live action though.
Yeah,
leave it. One. You hate live action. This stuff. You leaving it for now. For end of the year. 2 weeks. You can go 2 weeks without watching live action Disney.
All right, fine.
2026. You want to live action it up? That's between you and your calendar. Okay. And then okay. Mine next. Well, this is all delusional. We're throwing all this away. Okay, so I have chores. I want to do the whole thing. I want to get all the laundry done. I want to have the bathroom done. I want to have the kitchen clean. I want to have the vacuum mop. Like set the house up for the new year.
Mm-hmm.
So. We'll order this whole idea. I guess what are your thoughts on that? Is that we kind of have to almost lump them all together in a way because it is kind of a thing.
To a degree, yeah.
What are your thoughts on chores? Thinking against all these other things.
I think chores as a whole, sure.
I feel like it's important. It's the most important thing.
Which chores we could do a lock or leave it.
Yeah. Okay.
Kind of thing.
Okay. Laundry.
What does this entail? Like
it doesn't have to be perfect because that's hard to time.
At some point in the next 2 weeks, just doing all the laundry because that's going to happen regardless, kind of thing.
Well, I want to go into the new year where there's not like. It doesn't feel like we have a laundry backlog, and I think you know what that means. Where it's like, oh, the laundry's overflowing, or like we're running low on clothes. Like the laundry's not done now, but if the laundry that we had cleaned, because most of it's already been cleaned, is also put away, that'd be cool. Because there's a couple things in the hamper. Okay,
lock it. It's easy. We'll do that.
Pretty easy to me. Okay, bathroom.
Lock in.
Okay. Kitchen.
It's a lock-in with an asterisk.
What's the asterisk?
I am gonna help, but I don't know what I'm helping with yet.
Okay, I think that's makes sense.
And vacuum and mop, leave it because I'll just do that.
I actually could do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. That's cool. Yeah, honestly, if you could split those up, that would help. Which also I don't really need to be saying anything because it's whatever. And I feel like people follow the show know. You may be wondering, why is this all listed for me?
Help chore, yeah.
Isaiah does literally all the cooking, all the grocery shopping. And while I have all these chores, I don't do them that often. So it's like, I know it looks like, wow, she's running the whole household. Bro, it's not run that well, which like Isaiah is very graciously coming in and help me out with some of these things.
Yeah. No,
and
we're a duo. We help out.
Yeah. But if you're wondering why I've been laying claim to those, it's because literally Isaiah does everything else.
I'm not even gonna go into my last one. Okay. It was an anime catch up similar to the movies. I just know I'm not gonna get through any of those, so I didn't. I started writing it down and I said, "No." Nah,
okay, you gave up. Okay, good, cool. Okay, and then
I'll leave
the last thing I want to do is form some. It doesn't have to be like a set routine, like this is my 2026 routine, but I want to end the year having been active. Like I want the next 2 weeks to have, specifically not even just the next 2 weeks, but because I know we have that trip coming up too. But also we'll probably like be walking around and doing stuff so that it won't be like we're not just like laying down. So that's kind of nice. Specifically, once my antibiotics are done, I want to be just like, I've regularly like it needs to be where you can look at my movement and not be like, bro, you just sitting on your ass watching Demon Slayer eating donuts. I know I have that Demon Slayer donut day kind of goes it out, but like
Donut Slayer.
Like obviously that goes on ads with it, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where it's like it doesn't have to be a lot, but just like I don't have to go to the gym that whole time or run a bunch of miles, but just like, oh yeah, I know you've been like walking around or like doing some Just Dance or Bust Out the Ring Fit Adventure or the walking pad, like you know enough where it's like you can't look at those like the holiday time and just be like, yeah, you just been sitting around.
You're a lazy fuck.
Yeah.
You know, like, all right. I say lock in. I think that's doable.
It's probably one of the most important ones too. Yeah.
Fair.
I really gotta.
And I honestly, I think it's probably the one out of all of these. I think it's the one you're most likely to do. Just because I think that's such a routine that you can just get back into.
I know it's been rough though.
I think once you get back into it, you're in it. And
now that I'm really looking at this, and this is not even just to like wrap up the segment, but like now that I'm really looking at mine, which I guess let's start with their self-reflection, and then we'll kind of check each other's work. Looking at mine, rapid fire reminders for people listening. We had scrapbooking, vision board, lingering games, which were Metro Prime and Act 3 of Silksong, Season 1 of Demon Slayer, Chain Gang All-Stars the book, a bunch of chores, and a little kind of fitness routine. Looking at these now, I feel like I'm getting even more clarity into how much some of this doesn't matter. I do think the scrapbooking is going to take a big backseat to some of the gaming stuff, but I also think I have to be willing to go with the flow on that, because it's like, you know what, maybe Metro Prime really ain't hitting, because I also never played the Prime games. I played a lot of Metroid games. I never played the Prime games.
You never played any of them? No. Oh, I thought you did. Okay.
No, I've just seen them a lot.
Gotcha. Okay.
And I like know they're good, quote unquote, kind of vibe. And because I like Metroidvanias and Metro as a franchise, I think I'll be pretty interested in seeing it through. But anything can happen. I think I got to be open to that. And I definitely think if I'm forced to pick one of these, I have to pick one of them. I don't think I can like, you know, be like, oh, I'm just going to do them both at once or whatever. Like, I think I'll have to like really lock in on one or the other. Yeah. And I think, honestly, I think low-key, not to like just pair them all together, I think the getting out and moving can lightly pair with some of the book stuff too. Because if I like go for a walk, take a seat, read a couple minutes, you know what I mean? Like you can kind of put some of these things together. Yeah, the laundry we're working on, like you said. The big thing is going to be the bathroom, which isn't too bad because the bathroom only ever takes so long, but it's like I keep letting it build up, And I think something I realize I need to work on, which funnily enough, I've kind of am learning this from my toxic game. It's not really toxic, but Consume Me is a lot about obsessively checking boxes, which is like very much like my vibe. So it's been interesting, like looking at like my own fucked upness in this game and exploring that. One thing I noticed even in that game, which is kind of fucked up of a game, she's not always like one thing I noticed with her laundry like at a certain point, spoilers for the game, you unlock quick laundry where you just do less of it, like it's less to do. And I'm like, yeah, I do think I need to like do laundry also just more frequently than I do. And I think I need to stop and like when she cleans the bathroom, like she can clean it, but not clean it all the way.
Mm-hmm.
And I think one of my problems is that I want that like utopia time. Like I want that satisfaction of like, check out the bathroom and I call you in. You're like, wow, it looks really good. I'm like, yeah, it looks fucking great. But what happens is I think that comes to the sacrifice of it. I think the bathroom looks really good sometimes and then also really bad. Like the highs are too high and the lows are too low. Like highs are nice, but I think I'm better off like coming into a routine where I'm cleaning it more regularly in smaller parts rather than saving up. Like we're having this mega bathroom day where I'm cleaning both the bathrooms and it's taking like 4 hours. What are your thoughts looking at what you got going on?
I think for me, it is mostly like passive and or like consuming things.
Yeah.
Which for me
Donut Slayer.
is really good. Which for me is very, for lack of a better word, easy to do. Right.
Yeah.
Like it's very easy for me to throw something on while I'm watching, or throw something on when I'm making lunch or eating lunch or making breakfast or doing whatever. Right. You know, these cooking chores that I be doing around the house. And like stuff like that. Totally fine. Easy. No worries there. The quantity is a little high, right? Like even just at a quick, you know, we got 4 hours of Acolyte. We got hour and a half, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 hours of movies. You know, at minimum, that's 10 hours there, plus the 10 hours of Fast and Furious. That's 20 hours of movies there.
Jeez.
That sounds
week
like
of
a lot.
content.
Yeah, like that sounds like a lot. But also like we're hitting a break, right? You know?
Yeah.
Between Christmas Day and the 31st, I'm gonna have so much time on my hands.
Yeah.
That I'm gonna be like knocking out at least 2 movies a day. You know what I mean? Like 2 of these things a day.
I think though, what I have for you, my closing thoughts for you, and then if you have any closing thoughts for me, let them go off. Really lock in. The number 1 lock-ins to me are Acolyte, Metroid Prime 3, and then you kind of have your pick of the litter with like the movies. Like I would say if you want to chunk these, like when we start going into 2026, like, oh, I want to catch up on all these Pixar movies, then I would then focus on like pick which one you want to of Pixar versus Disney, and I know they might not be right, whatever. Pick which one you want to focus on clearing. And then whatever that one is, then you prioritize from there. So if you're like, you know what, actually, I really want to do Pixar first. Okay, well then hit Monsters U, The Lightyear, Elemental. And then if you have more time, that's when you can dip into the ones that I rejected. But if you're like, oh, I really want to hit Disney. Okay, well then hit them all. Sure. Like, but I don't think you can do them all like at one big chunk or whatever. And then, yeah, I think the real wrinkle too is like that, how you're going to, you really start figuring out what that Fast and Furious
I'm gonna hit up E
situation.
Yeah, I know you're listening right now. We probably figured it out. I might be at your house later today because we're gonna knock out some movies. So be prepared.
Yeah, that's gonna be the big thing.
Be prepared.
Is that something from
The Lion King?
Oh, where's that from? The classic line from Demon Slayer. Be prepared. And that brings us to poll of the show. Last week we had a couple different questions. Like we mentioned earlier, we did the Ural's Game of the Year, Game Award predictions. But we also had a question about reading. What are the results?
So turns out our audience are pretty big readers.
Wow,
which is honestly kind of a shock.
Look at those studious fools.
Yeah, we got a lot of studious fools. Most people, I would say 2/3 of the people read either daily or weekly. And 1/3 just never reads physical books at all. This is physical books.
Oh, physical books. Right.
For digital, like ebooks, we have people aren't touching those.
They're not.
Not really. Okay. There's like one who's reading every day, and then the rest they're not touching.
You know what's funny with the ebook? I really want like that little e-reader we saw, like Borders or Barnes and Noble or whatever when we went. But I am banning myself from getting one until I like really show that I'm in the good habit of reading.
Yeah.
And I do, you know, it's not like nearly as portable and it's like a big screen, but I also do have my iPad. I've been wanting to, I actually started now that BlueSKy has, which there's other ways to use. Now that BlueSKy has a bookmarks feature, I know I could have just bookmarked on the browser. I've been saving some articles I've come across, like, and then my plans to like either at the end of the week or just like when I want to just kind of like open them up and like read stuff from
That'd be
there
pretty
and
good.
like have that ready to go. But yeah,
And for audiobooks, which this surprised me. People aren't really touching audiobooks. I thought audiobooks were going to be like the sliced bread of the gaming world, where it's
Audiobooks
like
can
you
be
can
a
do so much
challenge.
while you're listening.
because you like, I mean, obviously you can like, bend the knee to Audacity and then you have like a good amount of credits. I know Spotify Premium, controversy noted, has a lot of audiobook options actually now. So that's cool to take advantage of. But I know with like the library, I wonder if that's part of it. Getting audiobooks or even getting ebooks can be like challenging because they have like the way that licensure works. It's like so much more limited than just having a bunch of copies of the thing. So maybe that's part of it.
Yeah, that could be
I haven't listened to an ebook in a actually really long time.
Really?
Yeah. I definitely had an ebook era for a little while.
Most of my reading is audio.
I don't think I should try it with fiction. I've never really done it with fiction other than when I like was a student and like needed help reading my books.
Everything. Yeah.
Yeah, I listened to Frankenstein. Talk about demon donut slayer. I listened to Frankenstein because like time wise, I'm like I have to listen to this every minute of the day to get through it. Literally, Isaiah, this is like, so I showered listening to it because I had to. I was in the dining hall, earbuds in, getting my food, listening to. I lived with that book because I had no choice.
That's
anyway,
so funny.
It's been a while.
And then for some of the write-ins, just anything else people want to share, we had maybe next year can be the year I start reading more. Me, a lying liar who lies.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel that you can do it. I believe in you. We had someone who wrote in with like multiple recommendations for us. Some of the things they said at one point in high school, I was reading one paperback fantasy novel a day as I worked my way through the Dragonlance Chronicles. I was jealous.
I've never been able to like. We should do. I've seen like I saw a video of like, some girls doing this, like teen girls, which is really cute. But I forgot what they called it. I'm sure people in the comments will remember. I'm just gonna call it a readathon. Maybe it had a different, cuter name or something. But where it's like you bring a bunch of books. Obviously, like for me, we're pretty slow readers, so I'm like, well, we could bring comics, mangas or whatever. But you bring a bunch of books and then you just like read all day together. It's basically the donut slayer of reading. I will say I do fear I'm rebranding Crunch a little bit, but like I think when done tastefully, it's like it's not Crunch, it's a marathon. Like a fun. It's fun Crunch. It's different.
Yeah, positive spin on it.
Yeah.
It's really funny.
Let me run the Stack Studio.
Yeah.
Jason Schreier's report on how I'm fucking running it into the ground.
They recommended also just a bunch of books from Naomi Novik.
Hell yeah.
Martha Wells.
This is the same
Brandon
fantasy person, right?
Yeah.
I feel like this could be that could be fun.
And Lecky,
want to get into
Robert
that.
Jackson, Andy Dwyer, who is I Got Artemis. That's his book. So
Okay, nice.
I think that hopefully that's one of the books that they recommended.
Okay, hell yeah, we'll have to save
already
that.
knocking them down.
I have bookmarked on BlueSKy. A bunch of people recommended stuff to me a million years ago, and I'm slowly going through that.
What's is it Goodreads?
Goodreads is the Amazon owned one, so I use Storygraph.
Storygraph.
Which I'm sure is soon to be Amazon.
Given enough time, they'll buy everything.
But I use Storygraph. It's funny because, and maybe this is like almost like a separate conversation, but I do plan to like log the books I read on that. But I'm like, funnily enough, I don't want to get full like. I kind of only want to be sick for games. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to be full like, and then I'm logging my review. Like maybe I will do some of that stuff just to like whatever. And Storygraph has some fun stuff where you can like when you're done reading, you can rate it on like different things to help like other people find the books in it. So it's like how character focus is this? Is it fast paced or slow paced? And like I'll do that stuff, but I like don't want to get too. I can't be a sicko for like so many things. I'll get sick.
You'll be so sick.
I don't feel so good. So I think that's kind of the tough part too, where it's like trying to read in a way that doesn't feel like now I'm just like work sub contentify, like, it's like, let's make it be, it's like I want it to be natural, but it's like so currently unnatural that I need to like, sort of have this, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how the breakthrough works.
We had Marvel Rivals snub for best multiplayer. Honestly, I kind of agree that it wasn't even nominated. That's kind of shocking. I feel like
wasn't it up for something though? Like a maybe community?
It was, community support.
Maybe it's something like where best multiplayer needs to be like a new game, like Overwatch 2 isn't nominated. I don't know.
But didn't it come out this year?
Overwatch 2? I think it's pretty old. Oh, no way. Did it? No.
I think so.
No, I think it's been out forever.
No.
It came out last year, December 6th.
Oh, well, that's after the cutoff, maybe. So it could have possibly made the cutoff, like made the.
Damn, maybe it is.
Yeah. Anyways, I don't know. Hey,
not gonna lie, it's bad that I don't know because I'm the one that judges.
With you. Snub.
But you know what? I don't play Marvel Rivals, so I'm part of the problem.
And then someone said, I still love physical books, but I got to give it up to the e-readers for being able to increase font size. My eyes are getting old, and the large print books are few and expensive. Honestly, I feel that. As someone who wears glasses and like constantly zoom in more and more every day as I'm reading something.
When you have to change the Google Docs from 100% to like 125, that's when it's like, wow. Up 1 pip from my life supply is gone. And on that nice note, that's it for this week. Well, actually, shout to the next poll of the show, which is going to be
we're probably going to ask something about your gaming resolutions for 2026, and as well as any lock-in or leave-its that you have for the end of 2025.
Hell yeah. And now that's it for this week. You can send us your questions and topics to the email inbox@gamesandnotgames.com. You can follow the podcast version of the show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Pocket Casts, and everywhere else you get your podcasts. Sorry, I'm laughing because I can hear we just put our cat on the gravity feeder and he's chopping away. Okay. If you enjoyed the show, be sure to give us that 5-star rating.
5 stars.
Cinco diamantes.
And if you are an audio listener, remember that you can also get the video version over on YouTube. At Games and Not Games. If you like the video, be sure to give it a like, leave a comment. We love reading them, and it helps get the show in front of more people. Also, give us a follow on social media. I know someone's been buffing up that buffer. Going to be posting a lot more. We're pretty much everywhere at Games and Not Games, but mostly BlueSKy. And you said don't say Twitch anymore. You should say something else. On BlueSKy, mostly on BlueSKy.
BlueSKy. You know what? Let's put it into Instagram and TikTok because we were on there, and I want to start posting those clips again.
Instagram and TikTok.
We will be on Twitch at some point because I will be making Isaiah play Super Mario Golden Coins for the first time. Yeah. He's never played it. He's convinced the game sucks because he hates me. No other reason. I'm like, this game's great. I love it. He's like, obviously it's a piece of crap. I don't want to play it.
I don't want to be in Mario's balls. All right.
Why not?
And until next time, gang.
Gang.
Peace.